Hey, what's up, Scott Walker with British Creation Films, and today it is Friday, December the 8th, 2023. What does that mean? I feel like it means something. It means I'm not centered, or off-center, or centered. It means it's time for a live stream. That's right. From me, your old pal, Scott Balcom here, and yeah, it's a beautiful day in the neighborhood. And we got a great show for you today. We got guests. We don't have a show. We have a live stream. And guests, we announce those ahead of time, or we don't know that they're coming. But it's wonderful to be here, and it's a magical day. We've got Rex in the house, sitting, of course, where he always is. Oops. I need to learn how to push buttons. Can I push that button? There we go. Oh, yeah, we'll just fix that. We've got, hey, look, it says I'm live. That's super helpful. All right. There's probably an audio sync issue. It's not me. It is StreamYard and Starlink, and let them work it out. They won't, but hello, Jed McKinney. This is Rex on the naughty or nice list. And, you know, honestly, he hasn't been on the naughty list in a long time. Like Brandon Talbot. Yo! What's up? At this point, I think Rex might be stuffed. Rex, are you stuffed? Hey, are you stuffed? Really? Rex, are you stuffed? No. There we go. The proof he's alive. Ollie says, "Tuguf, evening, one and all. Tuguf, Ollie. Kevin, hello, Kevin. How are you? Did those? Did you get your your Osmo Pocket 3 going? Dirk, hello. What's up, Dirk? How are you? Hard day of sleep for Rex. You know, it's a tough job he's got. He occasionally gets up, has to go to the bathroom, occasionally gets up, drinks some water, maybe eats. You know, it's just whatever he feels like. Whoa, blasting through here. All right. Hello, Danny. Audio sync not too bad. Give it a moment. Give it a moment. This is a Scott Balcom live stream, which means it's destined for failure in some form or fashion. But we do happen to have a prop to burn today. And I got an empty glass right now. But for now, we'll be doing the ice. I don't have a straw today. But we'll see how my impressions get better. Robert, g'day. How are you? Gregory, how are you, sir? How's everybody? How old is Rex? He's coming up on 8. He's, it's funny, dogs are like cats. They don't spend any energy, well, cool dogs are like cats. They don't spend any energy doing anything that's not really important, so they basically sleep whenever they feel like it. I mean, if we were up all day and running around outside, he'd be with us the entire time, awake, watching everything. But we're inside. He sleeps. Camille, hello from the Netherlands. Gregory says, good morning. Or good evening. Good morning. Good evening and good night. Osmo arrived Sunday, but I did get the media card. Very good, very good. And you'll be happy with that one soon. I've got my Osmo here. I've been using it. Also, now that the Freewell ND filters have arrived, the full review shall commence. And let's see, the Laowa Proteus Anamorphics, I'm color grading right now on the B-roll segment, and that should be up for Monday. So we will have that Monday, and then we'll have Laowa Rangers, we'll have the Cook SP3s, then we'll have these, we'll have the Surrey Night Rangers. And then I believe we're going to have the Miki Mini Cine Primes, I believe, by then. And then we also have the ability now to test the DZOs. So those are all be soon. So lots of those coming out, plus tons of other reviews still to do, and tips and tricks. How are y'all liking them user pages on the Komodo X? It's pretty slick. And if y'all didn't catch the little note at the bottom, if you just hold your finger on one of the buttons, the soft buttons, you can replace it just by doing that. It's just kind of like Red Control. It's kind of awesome. Omar says, hey Scott, glad to see you. Has anyone figured out how to use the gyroscope information on? Yeah, I tried Gyroflow. It was not very intuitive. Well, that's the problem, Omar. It is not intuitive. You have to kind of understand how that stuff works at the high level or detailed level, not the way AI stabilization and like Resolve or any of those work. The way you need to do it is you need to record some data with the lens that you're going to use, and you need to map it out. There's a mapping procedure on Gyroflow. Once it's been mapped, then you can take your footage and go straight in there. It'll recognize that it's red footage, and you tell it that lens, and then it will, this seems a little bright. So rather than turn it down, I'm just going to, we'll just adjust the iris. Sorry, there's always a change happening around here because that's how we do things. There we go. Take that down. Take the edge off. I felt like my face was just super, like on my own bounce card. Yeah, it's all right. We'll see about that. So yeah, it's as far as applying it, you can go really detailed into it, but once you've got it in there, you're basically telling it how far you're allowing it to crop in, and then it will adjust on the fly, and it does a pretty good job. It's not bad at all. It's just not intuitive. And there is a plugin you could use it as a plugin in Resolve, and I think Premiere. But that's the one who's figured it out. Everybody else, I guess they just don't care. Is the Cook SP3 video out yet? No, not yet. It is. Let's see, where am I at on it? So the B-roll footage is all done. It's all edited for the B-roll. What's left to do is all of the focus charts. Because like I said, I'm expanding my lens test. Now it's funny, I say that, like the Laowa anamorphics will not have the expanded review because I didn't have everything for that. And the Rangers won't either. They'll have some. But then the SP3s will have a really long, and I literally could make a 45-minute to an hour-long video on those lenses, but I'll save you the time. But what I have to do is animate all, and zoom in and crop in and show this part of the focus chart and talk about this, and then I need to compare my initial notes with my ongoing notes with my findings as I'm editing, and then write the review, which I've got basically. So it will not be out for probably another week-ish. It's going to take some time. The good news is they're pretty good. I thought about releasing like just the B-roll of it, but I don't know. I think I would rather it all just be one, because everything out of context, people don't understand, and it's annoying when that happens. So I'll just do it that way. Brandon says that's a lot of lenses. It is a lot of lenses. You're correct. Well, why did Rex get so bright? He feels extra bright. He's like, Well, you think I'm not bright? He literally talks like that, by the way. Osmo is awesome. Indies finally came in this week. What indies should I get for my Osmo? Depends on what you want to do. The free wells are actually quite good. And like they have a variety of kits. This one is their big daddy kit because it has 4 NDs. It has 4 ND polarizers. It has more than that. It has 6 NDs, 7. No, wait. One of these is wider. I can't remember. It's got 7 NDs, 5 polarizer NDs. It has a light pollution filter, and it has a Pro Mist filter, which is kind of cool. Those are $150. Review should be out soon on that. It depends how much are you planning on interacting with it. Sorry, I just need to turn down RHINO, the stuffed animal. There we go. Is he blue? He's so blue. Then there's the DJI ones, and you basically get 4 NDs with that one. And those are, Ollie, how much are they? They're 79 or 100, 129, I think. Yeah, so it's a variety. So if you're one of those that is always fidgeting and always messing with it, then this is probably a good kit for you because you'll have all the options. If you're one of those that just wants to slap something on, then you might want to go with either like a Freewell smaller kit or the DJI smaller kit. Ollie says he went with the DJI set. Yep. It's funny. His showed up and mine showed up at the exact same day. Audio keeps going on. I say, yeah, Patrick, I cannot fix it. It is a StreamYard and a Starlink issue. There's nothing I can ever seem to do about it. I can't change anything on StreamYard. I have basically no abilities in here other than choose resolution. I could drop the resolution down to 480 and it'll probably work, but then you don't get to see Rex. So, you know. USB New Year. Roranen says, currently waiting on the delivery of this 50mm Nisi. You want to see if they live up to the E-hype versus Vistas. Well, now versus Vistas are interesting. I don't think you're going to find them. How would I phrase it? You're going to find them good. But you're going to see Vistas. You're going to see Vistas nudging that out. It's, it's kind of that you reach a certain point, and then your next improvement is not massive. It's smaller, and so that's what you're kind of dealing with. I mean, Vistas are tried and true and proven, and have a huge track record. And now they have their new version of those Vistas out that are classically coated. They actually look pretty nice, although I would like to see more than one video on it because it was all gold, and I want to see green. Green is how I know it's a Vista, and there was not one bit of green in that. The DCs are sharp. They look really good. You could easily compare them to Sigmas, and they're not going to be quite as sharp as the Sigmas, but God, they're close. And then the DZO Vespids, that area, they're actually not too bad, But await your thoughts on it. Some point I'm supposed to get those in to review. DJIs are around 50. Are they? I thought they were more than that. Maybe they're just expensive for me. Let's see here. DJI Osmo Pocket 3 Indy filters set. Skyrite, Niwar. Boy, everybody's got them now. That's funny. Oh my God, there's like 70 brands. Good grief. Wow. Some of them are pretty cheap. I'll give you that. What? Wow. So, of all of these, the one I can't find is the DJI one. It literally said DJI. And Amazon, you got to love that Amazon search engine. They're just always there and helpful for you, just like they should be. Anyone here shooting on the FX3? I mean, I used to. Well, I used to A7S3, but it's a very popular camera, although it's not degraded, but it is getting a little long in the tooth, if you understand what I mean. Meaning Sony's going to be replacing that soon. Maybe. Soonish. Probably in time for NAB. Brandon says, got a set of RHINOs. Excited to see how weird they get. Remus. Remus sounds... Remus is a character. Uncle... I don't know. Let's see here. How did your live stream go there, Brandon? I didn't get a chance to catch it. And then Carlos he was on at 3 as well. Everybody's doing like the pregame, you know. Dave, he doesn't want to wake up, but Dave can attest that he is not stuffed. Somebody suggested he never moves and that for he's stuffed, but Dave knows he's not. The Blazer Remus, dumbest name ever. Heard about people detuning their OG Vistas. I would not dare do. I mean, if you know some inside baseball, you'll find that there's a whole lot of lenses out there that are actually Vistas. They have all kinds of cool names and they have different focal lengths so that people can't go, well, that's a 50. It's the same as the 50. But no, it's like it's a 52 or a 55 and it's a 50, but it's a Vista with some funkiness going on. So, yeah, I mean, Vistas are everywhere. Brandon says, it was crazy. As crazy as a live stream with 5 people. I've had those days, man. I really have. And until you've live streamed an entire live stream for an hour with no one watching because you sent out the wrong link. Yeah. Oh, hey, Dirt. So Nick says, has anyone shot on Canon's RF cinema lenses? No, I have not. I do hear that they are basically tweaked other lenses, but what do I know? Rex does everything in moderation. He is disciplined and mentally tough. It's true. He's a good little trooper. Dirk says, oh, hey, gang. Greg? What's up? I liked it better when he said, hey, gang. King, hello, how are you? I think it's time to burn this prop. Burn this prop out. I need to get something real quick. Let's see here. Oh, there's what else can we? So before I do that, I'll grab these. I'll put these right here so I remember to talk about those. Just one second. Let me go fill up with a good box wine. A very good box. Wow, it's warm in here. Jeez. It's, I'm going to go ahead and, ooh. We're getting empty on this box wine. Must have been all those impressions I did last week. Ooh, that's slightly empty. Let's do some more here. I am not using the restroom. I might as well just empty this one out. I mean, No one should leave an empty box of wine. Really? Okay, maybe there's more in there than I thought. All right, I need this, and I need this. All right. There we go. People that came in the last 2 minutes are like, what is this live stream? It's just some chair. Yes, that's right. It's Scott's inanimate carbon chair. All right. What did I miss? What is Vista? Vista Primes from Tokina. They're cinema glass. Whoops. Well, the C&Es were rehoused L glass. This is true. Nice Crocs. Well, thank you, Dave. I've found the love for Crocs. I gotta say, they're pretty good. Vista is short for Tokina Vista Primes. Vista. I am not. So wasn't sure that. Yep. Okay. Hey, Greg. As I said, your weekly greetings from London. At Kev, I shot FX3 from time to time. Great camera, and the new City Back is really cool. If you haven't checked it out, turns the FX3 into more of a box cam. I saw that, where it turns its yeah. Main reasoning for the Nisis is that, to be honest, as a solo operator, the Tokinas are killing me. If I can get 75% for a quarter of the weight, I'll take. Oh yeah, you're gonna get it. I would say if Vistas are 100%, the Nisis are going to be in the low 90s. So yeah, you're not going to be dissatisfied there at all. Let's see here. Anamorphic. So nope, no anamorphic. They don't do anamorphic. Tokina does not like it. Bill Howard, how are you? Hola. How's the movie industry? Bill's been writing and directing and shooting his own features and putting them on streaming platforms for the last, I guess, 2 years now. And how many do you have out there? You've got quite a few, Bill. It's there's a lot of. He's a fun writer, and he likes to play with it. Crocs are the preferred chew toy for foxes. I learned that the hard way. Well, the surprising thing about the brand new C&R is that they still use the old EFL glass. Wonderful. Thoughts on gear trends for 2024? I think I don't know if it's all going to happen. It's definitely not all going to happen in 2024, but cameras are going to be moving towards the full frame-ish sensors, more dynamic range. They're probably all going to jump on board with compressed RAW. Global shutter it's going to be a niche for a lot of them, but they're kind of working on that. I mean, trends, honestly, the trend is going to be make everything until one of them takes off like crazy. For instance, the FX6, the A7S III, the FX3, they hit that nail on the head and it took off like crazy. The red Komodo, they hit that nail right on the head and it took off like crazy. The Burano has a really good chance of hitting that nail on the head and taking off like crazy. The C70 did well. The R5C did really well. So Canon, you're gonna have to use that and go forward. The Sony pretty much has showed their cards right now. If you can follow what has been released versus what hasn't been released, you can see where they're going. Bill says 3 films, 2 docuseries, and I'm filming 2 more films currently. Hey, look, it's Frank. Hello, Frank. Hey, Frank. Appreciate you, buddy. This is yours today. I'm burning your prop for it. Let's see. Kvolmich. Kvolmich. I can't say it. It's funny. I'm a quarter Swedish, but I never been. I come from Lundgren. Let's see here. Ollie says, I guarantee they'll be using autofocus systems on IMAX lenses in the next few years. Did you see how many autofocus shots there were in the Oppenheimer? I mean, when you can't see. It's let's see. Let's see. Terry. I think we did that once before. Will there be a video where you do some testing with audio on Raptor versus... Yes, that is in my Raptor test. Or have you tested it? Wondering if there's much of it. There is a difference. V-RAPTOR has the older style preamps, whereas Komodo X has the newer style preamps. Ooh, woo! Ooh, the first one. Woo! So there's a bit of a difference, but I'll be doing the same testing that I did on Komodo X on the V-RAPTOR. Dirk says, Brandon, check out the lens cuffs when you are talking trends. It's true. The lens cuffs from Gregory, right here, or over here, work fantastic to really torque your motors. Yeah, you see how I did there? No, they work really well for keeping everything super, super small and compact. Pretty slick the way that works. 2024 will be the year of bright lights. Yeah, I think so. I think we'll be have some interesting. I have a little side project I'm working on, and I'm working on testing it right now. Well, I'm in prelim right now. But I have a feeling, based upon what I've been doing with my laser cutter and etcher, is I think I can etch patterns onto aluminum sheets and create that CRLS, the Godox reflector system. I think I can do that with a laser. I've got some photos up close of the surfaces of them, and they are sprayed on kind of coating, but I think it can be done. I think you're literally just dealing with reflectivity and how much reflectivity you allow versus not. Yeah, we'll see. That's my little side project. I don't know how quickly that'll take. Ollie, I thought they were going for more of an artistic feel. Yep. I didn't get that. See, nice. Sorry, I was texting and viewing your show. You got the cell text. Happy Friday. I did not get a cell text. Oh, maybe use... Let's see, y'all. Oh, yes. What we got here? No, didn't get it. Brandon says, I just checked out the lens cuff. That is super cool, Dirk. Hello, Apple Ultra. Yeah, I did. I let Brandon talk me into it by basically answering the question about how long the battery lasts. I mean, so far it's always on. It's big. I can actually read this one, which is kind of nice for a change. It's amazing how 4 millimeters makes a difference. When I go to bed, it's about 72% battery all day long. That's not bad, considering the other one lasted 8 hours. Good luck with 537 though. What am I missing? Oh, you have to understand what it does and how it does it. And I mean, it's not difficult, but the price is not that bad. If you start thinking about how much are rods and all of that you're putting on there, it's not that bad. Then on top of that, how much is a missed shot if you miss focus because your motor popped off? I get the idea, and it's for the motion control stuff, I use it all the time because I can keep everything super compact and I don't have rods in the way. So it allows me to get right up into it. You know, you can custom etch your lens caps. Oh, thank you, Greg. Good point. I have not done that yet. So here's what I got. I'm just going to keep talking instead of enjoying it. So these are the jars, Scotty Smoky Pepper. These are the jars. This is black right now because I have to paint it in order to get it to etch, because lasers and glass, they just magically go through it. And this is what it looks like here. But when you take off the black, it's really hard to read. And I'm not super thrilled. I don't seem to have a choice, and I'm not sticking a label on it. So for now, this is what they're going to be. Well, they're going to be this jar. There'll be a silver lid for salt and black lid for pepper. And then I tried it with amber. Amber, you can see it better. I don't think amber sells salt or pepper. You wouldn't know. I mean, you'd look inside and you would have no idea whether it was salt or whether it was pepper. This paint though is really cool. It's it's comes right off with dry. We just run them through a wash cycle, and they're good. But we have 40 salts ready to go. We have 11 peppers ready to go. We're just got to finish up. Oh God, how many are there? I have 120 more glass jars to go. Yes, I did. Have you turned on the battery set? No, what is that? Don't even know what that is. What do you use the watch for predominantly? I use it for getting notifications, but I am keen to using it standalone without my phone, which I find appealing. So it's this obviously cell based. So I'm looking forward to that. And you could probably read it once the pepper's inside. You can't. It literally just vanishes. I mean, you can hold it up to the light and get it, but that's it. What sucks about that is it's going to be hard to take photos of it. At some point, I'll figure it out. And if this takes off, I hope it does. But if it takes off, then I will just custom order jars and have somebody else do it all for me. Scott, hit the button above the crown. What? Button above the crown? What button above the crown? Is your watch on backwards? Are you lefty? Then tap the battery percentage and then turn on low power mode. Okay, so you're lefty. Oh, it's not on low power mode. Oh, it's on high. What do I lose? Read what limitations it causes, but I don't mind. I mean, I could totally hang with recharging my watch every few days. That's totally good. Below the crown for normal people, Brandon. Get it right. Normal people. Is it me? Or are there more left-handed people today, on average, than there were 100 years ago? And then I have to wonder, is it that left hand versus right hand was always about, it was easier to just teach them what you knew or everything was built for right-handers, or is it somehow like normal or not normal, or what? I don't know. I don't think it's abnormal, but it's. I know a lot of left-handed people, a ton. And I used to not know that many. It's kind of interesting. There are a bunch of ways you can get pigment to stick to the etch. I'll message you when I find the details for your lawyer. It's actually funnier when you say it that way. Camila's left-handed. Yeah, my, let's see. 1, 2, I know like 3 immediate family members, or somewhat immediate family members, are left-handed. I am 0.4 100 years old, and I am left-handed. I think it's, I'm guessing that way back when you used to write with a quill and ink, that it's easier to write right-handed, and so therefore they just forced everybody to be left or be right-handed back in the old days. But now, most people don't write on pencil or paper or anything, so the page smears doesn't seem to bother anybody. I don't think a phone cares. Don't think a iPad cares. So, 'tis a lot. And Camilla's left-handed. Yep. Scott, ideally, how do you like to sit in terms of directing mobile? I imagine within the closed too. I'm not following. What is it? Sit in terms of directing. Mobile, I imagine. You have to restate that one. Writing with whiteboard marker. Right? But then the Arabic people that are from right to left, wouldn't they be? No, technically they wouldn't. Yeah, that's a weird one. So Arabic people are going to pretty much use the right hand because of the way their society is with right and left hand. They write right to left. So when they're on whiteboards, they're erasing themselves as they go. Oh, you know what I need? I need a fan. Definitely need a fan. I was like, why is it so quiet in here for a change? It's because I don't have a vent fan on. I just wanted to disappear once more. Oh, let's see here. Back in my university days, I was ambidextrous to keep up with note-taking of my own ideas. Huh. No, I don't direct in Video Village. No, I'm definitely right up there in front. I'm left-handed too, but it depends on what I do. Yep. Oops. Life is a struggle. It is. It always made me laugh. Like, I'm right-handed, but I think I'm left leg. Well, I kick with my right, but I lead with my left on bowling. Probably get. I don't know. It's I throw with my right. My left eye. Let's see. When I put up. I think I'm ambidextrous eyes. I'm just sitting here trying to remember when I put up a camera to my eye. I think I typically use my left. I don't know. I have to look at that. So Ollie does a lot of card magic. Mm-hmm. And your predominant hand must be your left, where all the skill is required. That's somewhat true. Depends on where your misdirection is happening from. Yes. Mark Brown. Oh, dude. Wasn't I supposed to call you? Yeah, because I'm sorry, dude. I was supposed to call you because you you had messaged me. I was going to UPS. I was going to pick up my Komodo from a rental, and I told him I'd be there in 10 minutes. And then I went in the UPS store to drop off a package, and that line was like literally out the door. And like one guy, I swear, he was sending a candy bar to like 27 relatives each. And each package, they would have to do manually, type it all in, get it all. Oh my God, it was this 30 minutes. I was already stressed out at that point. I had to go pick up my Komodo, and then I forgot to call you. I'm sorry. Starboard and stabilized in the 50s, been fairly steady in 40 years at around 12%. Interesting. Scott, if I were to give you 100 million, how would you sort and direct a film? Well, I would actually get to do my film. I wouldn't need 100 million. I wouldn't need it all. I could do my feature that I wanted to do for 10. I could probably do it for 3, but I could do it good for 10. Where would you be? There's no separating me from the action and what's happening. I am right there. I might even be operating camera at sometimes. It just depends. Wondering what your definition of a few minutes. Yep, fair. Pencil writhing for lefties always ends up a smoosh gray hash. OG encryption. It's true. Hello there, Jeff. Scotty B, what's cooking? Happy Friday. Scotty B is cooking up salt and pepper. And then meatloaf. Meatloaf is what's cooking. Let's see here. Dude, how's the sync going? In and out, in and out, in and out? Probably constantly. Let's see here. What else is going on in the world? I relit my studio a little bit. I don't know if y'all noticed. You probably did. Maybe not. Maybe it's sorry, I read Mark's comment. The spacing is a lot better right now, so I can do more. How's it look? Got a little bit of a Rembrandt thing going on here. Mark said, yeah, in and out, not the good time. Yeah, it's sorry, trying to swallow. It's the thing with the Starlinks. And I actually have a ticket open with them, and they have been less than helpful. Sadly, they're like, oh, how are you connected? I'm like, I'm connected directly with Ethernet to the Starlink. Oh yeah, you should probably go to the 5 gigahertz band. I'm like, 5 gigahertz band of Wi-Fi? And they're like, yeah. I'm like, I am directly connected with Ethernet. I do not have Wi-Fi off of Starlink. And I'm not using Wi-Fi on any of my important machines. Even this one is hardwired. But doesn't seem to matter. Back and forth we went. I don't think they're going to do anything. They kept telling me I needed to upgrade. I'm like, okay, you want me to upgrade to the priority service so that my uploads will be faster? And my response was, judging by your terms of service and your fair use, the minimum speed that I should get 99% of the time is 5 megabits per second. The maximum speed that I get 99% of the time is 4 megabits per second. So if I were to upgrade, how would I be getting more data than the bare minimum that I don't get now? Yeah, makes no sense. Ultimately, dexterity is required for people who lose their dominant hand are able to eventually regain some functionality in the remaining hand. This is true. And card magic makes people have really fluid hands. I'm really out of practice. But it's it's a flow with misdirection to kind of keep everything natural. I love color grading my films to my liking. Just doing Scarface. Copy that. Copy that. When is the red 5-inch coming? As I understand it, the way that Jared hinted, and this is a hint, so it's not set in stone, we're going to get the EVF before Christmas. And then after the first of the year sometime, something else might come. But I believe they're doing everything they can to get the EVF out the door. Hello, Mike Sutton from mutiny.store. Thank you for the super sticker. I appreciate that. $2. Very nice. And there's I had a patch. Yeah, I would have your patch or your sticker in the studio, but I don't have the studio where I want it. Where's the stinking patch? Probably under here. I'm scared to death to move anything. I gotta figure out how to hold my chair. Let's celebrate their third super on a live stream. That's funny. How do I celebrate it? But what is this? What is this star? What did I do? Did I just hide you? No, I don't know what I did. I don't know what the star meant. Show. Hide. Star. Show. I don't. Well, thank you, Michael. As Mutiny's got their new headquarters building out right now. It looks pretty good. I only have a deck of cards in my hand all day. And while really, that is interesting. I do not do that. I literally have, it's right back there. It is, you can't see. If I turn, it is a chest full of magic, and then another bin above that. It's a lot. Oops. Grip Tips, what's happening? How's it going, Mr. Pickle Man? Hey, you tried my dough yet? David, if you haven't tried my dough, I don't want to hear nothing about no Detroit. Sutton says, got that argon cranking. So you, Jared, oh! Yes, it is on order. The tank. I ordered the 40 not 40 pound, the 40s. Is it a 40 pound? It's not I thought the tall one, or maybe it is pound and then cubic feet. I don't know. It's the 40 pound. I got that on order, so should be getting it soon. So are you waiting on it too? I didn't know you. A lot of people waiting on me. All right. Way to make an entrance. Boom. Yeah, indeed. Gregory, hey, Michael. Hope you're well. Yep. I am well. Been building out the new Mutiny location in the studio. Yep. You did it good, Scott. Let's see here. I saw your YouTube studio is coming together quite nicely. Thank you, Dirk. I appreciate that. Or wait, no, you're talking about Sutton. Yeah, theirs is looking pretty good. It's a little short, though. It's for products. Either that or, I guess, for little people. Is it me or all ENG and cinema made for left-handed people? No, they're made for the operator. Well, no, because ENG, your dominant hand is your focus up front. So you would typically be doing that, or zooming and then focus and then zoom. I don't know. Rip Tip says, I haven't yet. Surprisingly, I actually worked this week finally. What a long year. I need to get some work. I have not had a job since September, so yay. All right, Kvalbich says, Kvalbich. You have to tell me how to say that because I want to say it. Okay, so I need some advice. Should I get the DSMC2 Dragon X 6K or the OG Komodo as my first red, coming from the Blackmagic 6K Pro, which I love apart from the ergonomics? My honest answer for you is the OG Komodo. And I know the reason that you're asking that is that literally they're about the same price right now. And I mean, I would happily sell you my Dragon X, but I believe that Komodo it's a far, far easier camera to learn and to make it do things. I mean, the Dragon is an exceptionally capable and beautiful camera, but it's a cinema camera first. It's designed as a cinema camera. The Komodo was designed, now this is Komodo X, but Komodo was designed for simplicity. It's a crash cam. Let me grab my OG here. OG, there it is. I love it, Sutton. Anytime I go on rental with my camera, the Mutiny Isolator goes on there. Love it. And I stop worrying. That's awesome. So yeah, Komodo it's silly. It's silly simple. Not silly. It's silly simple. So it's touchscreen. It's very small, compact. It uses almost no power. It is the latest and greatest. You could use it with your phone. You could use it with any monitor. It is a great little camera. It uses relatively affordable cards, the CFast 2 cards. It's just it's a camera. It is a simpler camera. It can't do as much as the Dragon. The Dragon has far more frame rates at a much higher speed than it can do versus, well, it's basically double. Dragon is basically a Komodo X. This camera could do basically everything that Dragon can do, and then in many ways more. So unless you have to have frame rates, I see that as a very clear Komodo OG is the better choice. And I mean, honestly, go find a used one. They're about $1,000 to $1,500 off if you search long and hard. And that's a heck of a deal. There's tons of them out there. I mean, we were just having this conversation, Gregory and I, and many others. There's like 26,000 plus of these out there. It's a lot. It is a lot of Komodos out there, and 26,000 people can't be wrong. Do you plan on using the argon for a special episode of Raw Cuts? The argon is so that I can weld aluminum, so that I can build gel frames, because I can't afford to ship gel frames. Knife edge gel frames. And for those of you who are unfamiliar with a gel frame, knife edge gel frame, I shall grab one. So this is a nice diffusion frame, and it is aluminum, and it's just simple aluminum, nothing special, and it goes either manual Hollywood style or goes into a C-stand. The frames for a 4x4 are, oddly enough, just over 4 feet in dimensions, which sadly, if you have anything shipped online, or if you have anything shipped via UPS or FedEx or anything, that is an oversized package. And so I can buy the frames for about $80, and shipping costs me $89 per frame. Yeah. So I am not going to TIG weld. I'm going to spool gun MIG weld is what I'm going to do. Because I did all the math here. Let's see. Where is my aluminum? Aluminium. Can I spell it right? There we go, flat frames. So all of the, so that gives me, I can spend $400 on aluminum, and I get, I think, 12 frames out of them, which is really, really cheap. All you need is aluminum round bar, 6 inches long, 14 of them. No, 14. 14 is what I make. You can make 14 for $400. You need aluminium flat bar, which is a quarter inch thick by 1 inch. And those are 47 inches each. And you get 56 of those, and you get 14. And it's, yeah. Sutton says, for products and sit-down YouTube's stuff. Yep, right. Oh, it's got to be sit-down, yeah. If not, why? Would be cool. It would be, but what can I do with argon on raw cuts? Once you go to DSMC3, it's hard to go back. Yeah, Ollie has been secretly loving DSMC3, but he won't admit it. He won't tell anybody that that he likes it. He doesn't want anybody to know that. That it is. Let's see here. Delivery update. Yeah, no, it's delayed. I ordered all those power delivery USB things that we talked about last week's live stream. All of them are delayed, except for one that I ordered 3 days later, and I got it overnight. Actually pretty good. Works really well. Once you go do some threes, hard to come back. Okay, yep. And don't get started on safety. Yeah. So you're going to TIG weld, MIG weld. Yep. Thank you. Yep. Hopefully that answers it. Let me know what you decide to do. I mean, you're not going to dislike either one of them, but Komodo is just going to be a lot. It's going to be a lot more fun for you as a filmmaker. That's why I love the Matthews road rag frames. Yeah, I have one. What do I have? Maybe I don't. Jen says, I made my frames out of back in the day, wood. Yeah, I thought about it, but that would not last very long. Can you MIG aluminum? Yes, you can. It's you use a spool gun. So it's a wire feed. It uses a spool gun, and you have to use argon. You could use argon and CO2 mix, but it'd be 75% argon, 25% CO2. But I'm going straight argon because, oddly enough, it is cheaper to get argon than it is to get a mix of argon. By a lot. The problem I'm having was the tanks. I had to order mine on Amazon. Yeah, look up Hobart spool gun. Also, Miller makes a spool gun. So I'm pretty sure. I mean, you could do it with TIG. TIG is just dotting the stack of dimes. But yep, you can MIG and TIG weld with the right machine and the voltage and current. Right. There's more to it than just a MIG with a spool gun. I forget what it is, but I think it's like a frequency or something, because aluminum is really soft and it melts really easy. So you got to be, you got to use it. Everlast. Let me see that one. I got my Hobart 240, 240, right? Or 250. It's a big one. Everlast. Built to last, Everlast. MIG, TIG, MIG, TIG, stick. Are we talking about? This is a variety show, Patrick. We'll talk about whatever. If you wanna talk about cameras, ask a camera question. This is y'all's live stream. We talk about whatever. Well, since argon is inert, it could prevent oxidation of food while you're marinating, and then you could spot cook. Interesting. It could, but so does vacuum sealing. I just wonder, it's inert, but it has to impart a flavor. Argon has got to impart a flavor. Like CO2 imparts a flavor in water. When you carbonate, there's a flavor. Oh, we do. Everlast. What is my Hobart? My Hobart is, oh, actually, I can look it up in my purchase. Hobart, yeah. Oh, it's a 210 MVP. That's what I got. The Hobart Handler 210 MVP. So, yeah, Dave, you need to be making the pizza dough. Go ahead. It takes 15 minutes. It's all it takes. 15 minutes, and just put it in the fridge and just wait your 3 weeks. That's it. It's not going to take a lot of time. You can do it. I believe in you. I mean, grips do weld. They're not expected to on set, but we do usually build our own carts sometimes, right? Right? Argon is odorless. Well, so is CO2, but CO2 imparts a flavor. It's, where is my stuffs? Let's see. You got to get a plasma cutter. So I probably won't. My brother has a machine shop, and it's small, but he has a full metal machine shop, and he has a plasma cutter, and I think he has everything to make it into a CNC plasma cutter. So there's no reason to go further than that. He just doesn't have the CNC. Well, he has, I think his mill is CNC. It's a big mill. His lathe is definitely not. No, actually, he put something on there. I think he got something. Yeah. There's always a reason. Indeed. Hey, how's it going? Okay. Gregory says, I once tried cooking soup with a CO2 can. I lost my dog. He'll come back if you make him. If he knows you're outside, he's going to be outside watching the chickens. So let him out. Yeah. We'll go full screen. I once tried cooling soup with a CO2 can. The results was all over the place and inedible. Yeah, I can see that. I remember the what was it? The self-cooling can that they tried to come out with, where it's like a 12-ounce can, and on the bottom there's like an extra 4 ounces, and you twist it, and it starts the reaction, and it chills down your drink, supposedly. But it never came to pass. I never saw one in production. And Patrick has a camera question. His camera question is about cameras. What cinema camera is the end of sentence? All of them are the end of sentence. Is that the X block? Why, yes. Yes, it is. Sitting right there. This is the Mutiny X block. It is perfect for adding attachments to the back of your Komodo X, or if you have the red handle, which I don't yet, you can take the red handle from the V-RAPTOR, put it on here, and it attaches to the back. Then you have a double secure handle. I haven't decided what I want to do on the monitor mount. I'm looking at Red's replacement, well, not replacement, but upgrade monitor mount. But I want something more than that. Now that I've been using the Speedball, which I like the Speedball a lot, from Mid 49, it is very usable, but not compact. So it's very difficult to figure out which way to go handle with monitor. I like the V-RAPTOR handle though, and it has the monitor on it, so I made it just with that. Jed says, the day I stop pirating is the day I get a job. Well, I mean, if pirate is your job, you've got a job. You just don't realize it. Some top plates and other stuff coming. Ooh, well, I saw your Komodo X power module. What was it? I think it was it looked pretty compact. I was going, yeah. What is going on? The Michael Sutton. You had posted the. Where is it? You had posted it. Did you take it back off? Was it just a tease? Mutiny. Where's the? Oh, you must have posted it in like the red group. Must be what it is. X block rules. Yeah, X block is it's simple, and it's cool, and they did such a good job that I literally thought they had stacked 4 plates together. I looked at it, I was like, man, how do they get them together like that? Because they have it machined with ribs right there, and it literally looks like they were 4 stacked together. I was laughing because I was like, there's no way they did that. Let's see. Ooh. Well, you posted that, didn't you? Either you posted that or you sent it just to me. I can't recall. Let's see here. I actually have a growler that uses CO2 cartridges to pour drinks out of its mini tap. I haven't used it yet, but I just realized the cartridge cools the beer. It could cool the beer. Thanks, Jed. It's a big hit. Yeah. Mutiny seems to do nothing but hits. And the hits just keep on happening. Sorry, what cinema camera is the most friendly to be rigged and used as an ENG-like cam? Honestly, any box cam, not necessarily Komodo, but a Komodo, any kind of small form factor camera is going to be fine. Did you see the George had mentioned it earlier, the Sony FX3? There's a aluminum box that you could buy for it now that moves everything. It turns it into kind of like an ENG or more of a cinema style camera. The Canon C300 Mark III probably could be a very easy ENG cam. The Panasonic EVA1, that one could be very ENG like. As Tony Montana would say, you've got a class of stuff here. Yeah. Hello, Copper Top. Howdy. How are you? I'm not doing impressions today, but I do have my... And thank you all again for your super chats last week. Super cool, super helpful. What is your threshold for force quitting an app because unresponsive for the 9th time? Oh, low. Very, very low. When it's unresponsive, doing something that it should never be unresponsive, it's almost an instantaneous force quit. I have no patience for that. It's funny, literally when I was looking for my package, it arrived when I was looking, because it said it was delivered. I was like, oh, okay, well, it's already delivered. So what is everybody working on this fine holiday-ish season for everyone? And yeah, everybody got... I have a rather large project that has to be done before Christmas. That is a beast. And it's going to take all of my times to get it done, but I'm excited for it. I've been actually wanting to do this for a long, long time, and I have the opportunity. Just waiting on a few details to be ironed out, but should be good. Does anyone know how the next FX3 is going to be improved? Well, to me, my guess is they're going to have to up the resolution, but they're probably not going to want to up the resolution to 8, but they might. The problem with the problem with the FX3 is everyone associates FX3 with extreme low light. What a lot of people don't know is that the FX3 is actually a 48 megapixel sensor. But they bin it in quad. It's a quad bend Bayer pattern system. So what that gives you is 4 light buckets for each pixel. So you can capture a lot of light. Now, if you go to 8K, then you would have to go to the individual pixels to do so, which means you're going to lose your low light. So I don't know. It's a tough one. It's why I think they're going to want to go towards 6K, but who knows? They might be able to pull it off. Brandon says, this daggum Raptor video, you should be done by now. Aren't you done? Thought you were going to have it out today. I was looking earlier, didn't see it. Scott, how does a 15-second reboot off power fix the problem exactly? Depends on what the problem is. Sometimes just shutting it down and bringing it back up brings it clean. I'm currently working on my new DP website, and then I start shooting a short in January. Very cool. Yeah, I was got all these Christmas ones planned, and then this kind of bigger project popped in as a possibility, and now it's a thing. Since I'm waiting on my contract though, but so I don't know if I can talk about it, so I won't. Nothing kills a deal faster than talking about it before you sign the contract. The Christmas stuff, I've got one absolutely I could shoot, probably 3 that I could shoot before Christmas to get that. It won't be the 8 that I was hoping to get shot, but we're going to get that done. And it was overwhelmingly voted to be released individually, so they'll be released as they happen. Looking forward to the holidays, to be honest. That's good. That's good. It's a nice time. Dan, what's up? This is a timeless right here. Enjoying that. What do you think about the implementation of 32-bit float in camera? Also, what sticker it's a prop. It's a timeless from TG timeless. Not to be confused with was it Nat Sherman that had a timeless? I thought it was originally. This is actually really good. A lot of earth in this one. Just to the nose. It's very smooth, actually. Not bad. It's a box press, and I'm a big fan of box press. I like it. Looks good, brother. And yeah, the FX3 is cool, but the FX6 is insane. The FX6 is literally turning the sensor, the FX3, into what everybody would want for a small docuseries camera. As far as implementation of 32-bit float in camera. So here's my thing on 32-bit float. I like 32-bit float. I think it's very cool. What I'm afraid is it becomes a crutch for people. There is no replacement for knowledge, skill, muscle memory, practice, and honing your craft. 24-bit audio will never fail you if you can spend a little bit of time learning it and knowing what you're doing. 32-bit float, to me, will turn people into lazy audio people. And they will just say, I got audio, don't need one. And it can happen. It can happen easily. I already see it, like autofocus is caught on so much. People don't know how to pull focus anymore. So I like it because when I am when I'm running my own audio for everything, I like that I have a level of protection above me because I am quite good at doing one thing. But when I have to do multiple things, everything starts to slack off a little bit. So there are times when you can, I've done it in an interview. I forgot to hit record on the audio. It was like a total rookie stupid mistake. And I owned up to it, admitted it, immediately got the person back in, and we redid it. But that's when you're a one-man band, that kind of stuff can happen. And 32-bit float is a insurance policy for me, kind of like this little device right here. This is the isolator from Mutiny. It is a double protection for your SDI ports. What I like about it, I am really, really, really good at following protocol. But what happens when 6 people are talking in my ear at the same time and I plug something in because I couldn't follow protocol because I wasn't in on it? I like having the insurance policy. So to sum it up there, Dan, what I say is 32-bit float is great. It is fantastic for what it does. It can save your butt, especially when you needed an insurance policy. But in my opinion, People should not buy 32-bit float without learning how to use 24-bit or even 16-bit. There's no replacement for that. So hopefully that answers that question. That's my opinion. I mean, my opinion is worth exactly what you paid for it. 1 penny. Nope, hoping Tuesday. Well, all right then, Tuesday it is. Do I wait for the next FX3 or purchase the current one? So, Kevin, what I would tell you, I personally, unless you need it for projects now, I would hold. I don't think it's coming in the next couple of months, but I think in the next 6 months we will see it. And I don't want you to buy something and then it's already out. You're ready for the next one, unless you pick it up used and then sell it for used. Then you're fine. Mark, I think that may have been the DJI issue with the X9 8K for Ronin and why it is so delayed. Yeah, I have some thoughts on that, and I have some calculations on that too. You're probably not far off. Seriously though, I don't work for Mutiny, but any smart first AC would get it. It's true. It's an insurance policy. It costs virtually nothing. I mean, it costs money, but I mean, it costs nothing to plug in here. Oops, sorry. It costs nothing to plug in here. You're going to plug it into the SDI anyway, so just plug it in here. You're covered. You're good. Jed says 32-bit float is perfect. It's not perfect. It is definitely not perfect. Typical sync lapel on each actor, and yep, or a deity, or several others that are all doing this now. Extra protection insurance. No speed for dedicated sound guy. I can't say I agree with that. You could be good at one thing. You could be fairly good at two things. You could be reasonably okay at three things. You could be average on everything. Do you want your commercial, your music video, your feature to be average? Or do you want it to be good? You want it to be excellent. You want it to be crafted. I do not agree. There are times when definitely there's no budget for sound. I get it. A lot of times it's literally me and Cynthia out there, and we're shooting multiple interviews, remote locations, and we're doing it all. But if the budget allows, I would much prefer to hire a sound guy or gal and let them take care of that. Well, I don't have to deal with it. What do you think about the Rode Wireless Pro 32? Bitlovs got some of those, and they are so fun. I haven't played with that one yet. I have heard a lot of good things about it. A lot of good things. I think Ollie has it, and he loves it. Gregory, try this for the first time and see if it works. It worked, Gregory. Thank you, buddy. I appreciate that. It's very, very, very nice of you. Very thoughtful. I extend to you warm, out-of-focus hugs. Ollie says, I like using 32-bit float as a backup. Relying on it alone just costs you more time in post. 'Tis true. Sutton, thank you. Thank you for the you're doing the Jared thing now because I said something. You are not obligated in any way to do that. I say the stuff that I like, and I do like the isolator a lot. I think it answers everybody's problem to everything, including my own. I have a lot of problems with the galvanic isolators. I don't think that they work as well as people think they do. But when you physically disconnect it, it works. And that's an insurance policy. Tentacle Seek Track E in 32-bit mode has saved me a bunch of times. Yep. My guess, Gregory, is because you were in a very low labor situation and you were doing it pretty much all yourself. Love to see 30-bit float in red moving forward. I'm sure, Dan, that it'll come. I'm sure it'll come. Maybe not this week. Maybe not next week. Maybe DSMC 4 in 5-6 years. Or maybe if there's another camera, maybe they put it in there. I don't know. There's no reason not to put it in, with the exception of if nobody is asking for it. I mean, it's amazing how few people ask for high-end audio in a cinema camera. Dan, what are you shooting these days? What's your camera? I remember you on Red. You had Dragon, I think, and then you went Helium or Epic W. Then I think you sold that and went something else. What are you shooting on these days? From what I get, the C300 and the Panic AV1 have a handle with motorized zoom rocker that can connect to an appropriate lens. Well, that zoom rocker needs to be variable. But there's a lot of the Fujinons. You can get a lot of those lenses with that on there, and you don't even need it connected to your camera. You're just powering it. I haven't changed my tentacle sync since getting hope no one corrupts. Haven't changed? Oh. Well, thanks for your input on that, brother. You're welcome, Dan. Gregory, outshining my sub 5K. If everyone gave 2 to 5, it would be nice. Scott, could you? Oh, I literally do this because it is a lot of fun. It is my Fridays are, they're not a. I mean, we're in this business. There's no real Friday. We're working tomorrow too. But I love that I set aside every Friday that I can to sit here and just chit chat. I like it. Ollie and I had some long conversations about this, and Ollie, I think, kind of sums it up best in that we've just created a hangout for everybody to just hang out for a little bit and just chit chat. Doesn't matter what. We just hang out. We learn some things. We share some things. All that good stuff. And everyone else, great podcast. Yeah, thank you. Thank you very much. Gregory, I am just overcompensating for last week. I fell asleep before joining in. Last week was crazy. It was crazy. It was so fun. Jed, I typo a lot. Even I typo so badly that that autocorrect is like, really, Scott, learn. Internet Day sound guy. Yeah, I mean, and I personally, I dislike when producers think of sound last, because I get offended for the sound guys when they go, we only have 550 for sound. And you're the last person we're hiring. Bad call. Working on that feature this summer. I was staying with the sound guy and the boom op and the first AC in the Airbnb, and I tell you, I mean, I've done audio all my life, but I've never been a professional sound guy. Well, no, sound op on commercials or features or anything like that. I've just done it all myself, and I've done recording studios. I've done that kind of audio, but the level of work that was put forth is killer. It's an incredible amount of work, and it's not something that you should shortchange, because I mean, they spend as much on their rig as we spend on our camera rigs. It is insane how much they spend. Gregory says, it'd be super nice if everyone did that. It'd be cool. I'm certainly not going to say, please don't do it. But it is certainly not a requirement. I don't believe in in the brick walls of buy my course kind of thing. Although one day I want to do a course. One day. It'll probably be a course on how not to do a course. Yeah, the wireless pros are awesome for the price. Yeah, Ollie uses them. Gregory says, out of focus and a bit overexposed. Me? I'm only out of focus if I'm moving. Right there, I'm out of focus. Right there, I'm out of focus. Right there, sharp. And overexposed, it's a tough one. It really is a tough one. I could turn me down. I have the technologies. Swiss Army Cinema, thank you very much. I greatly appreciate that. That is very thoughtful and helpful. You know what I really don't like on live streams is when they only take questions from people who submit like super chats and such. This just feels really dark. How about that? There. I've always found that to be I don't know how to react to that because I've been in a lot of live streams where people, I mean, they literally have thousands of people on there, and honestly, I don't know what I would do if I had 1,000 people on a live stream. I mean, how do you get to everyone's question? Honestly, I'm just dumb enough to probably try to answer everyone's question. Thank you, Swiss Army. Real strategy. Hey there, I have a headache trying to use Tentacle Sync E and a small HD Cine 5 monitor. I have the expander and the Storm box, but can't connect both. Yeah. The best thing I could tell you is, plug in the Tentacle Sync, jam your footage, or jam your time code, unplug it, and plug in your monitor. Sutton, will your box do that? Can you, with your expander, can you hook up the small HD and a track E to with your micro and your extender? Will that work? So otherwise, Komodo will hold time code for about 10 hours. But if you power off, you need to rejam. So you can play that game and be okay. That's what I would suggest right off the backs. I have the expander and a Storm box. Still can't get it. Yeah. I don't know. I've not tried to do that. I don't have the small HD with the, you have to have a connection in there. Somebody was literally today asking why they couldn't connect their connection with Wi-Fi. Was that you, actually? That'd be funny if it was. Because if you could connect like you could with the port keys with Wi-Fi, then you could do it. And I don't think you can, because I don't think Wi-Fi gives you access to everything. There you go. Whoa. Clicked on the wrong thing because I read ahead. Shouldn't do that. Oh my God, I need to catch up. I am so sorry. So talk to Mutiny. He says he can do it. So talk to them. And he says that they, with their expander, so they have the where's my this? I haven't even. Is this the one? No, where's the? Yeah, there it is. Okay, cool. I didn't even have my Komodo for a week, so I didn't get to play with it. This is their expander. So it works with their little micro breakout which is not on here. They didn't want it. So it's over there. And he says they can do it. So talk to them, and maybe he has a solution for you that's super easy. All right, let me see if I can get through these questions here. And here I am saying, yeah, if I get 1,000 people, I'll try it. Most of the time I'm running on the shotgun on the Zoom F6 and then taking the line out into cam. That was my standard ollie forever until I got the F8N Pro. And then I just do the same thing with the F8N Pro. I literally go, I'm like a Boy Scout, but I've never actually been in the Boy Scouts. Everything that I do, I have a redundancy and a redundancy. Or a redundancy and a backup. So when someone hires me, I come with all the cameras I need, and I come with an extra camera. I come with audio that is recorded internal to audio device and into camera as a backup. I have isolator, extra insurance. I shoot 32-bit float on my F8N, but I know how to adjust audio and get it sounding perfect. Insurance. That's how I succeed as a filmmaker, is just covering my own silliness and then life. So he's like, I rarely use the 32-bit float recording, all about levels. That's exactly my point, Ollie. Like you. I think about the galvanic isolator from a certain manufacturer. It protects your gear in a very odd way. It won't protect the SDI circuitry, but if you use it, the manufacturer will recover repair. I know who that is because they sell it. At this point, I can't remember what I used to do on Friday nights. I'm kind of there with you. This is my Friday. This is the night I look forward to. I was on Helium 8K and now Alexa XT Plus, and considering the V-RAPTOR or upgrading to the Mini LF. I'm still a huge red guy though. I hear a lot of rustling about the LF. Maybe some of y'all have heard it, or maybe you have not heard that. But I hear a lot of people, the only reason that they're shooting on LF is because they need the 4K for Netflix or whoever. That in every other case, they're not interested in being on that, which is why the Alexa 35 is doing quite well. When it comes to V-RAPTOR or Alexa, man, I mean, I love V-RAPTOR. V-RAPTOR is a tank. It is a powerhouse. It is extremely capable, and it is a low light beast. But in the end, Dan, you got to do what's going to pay you the bills. You know what? If you're not getting red jobs, if you're not getting jobs where they allow you to shoot on a red, which is, I mean, I always try to educate. I rarely get turned down because I'm shooting on red over Alexa. But it can happen. And, you know, you being in LA, it can happen quite a bit. So get what you got to get. But if you look at the prices of LFs, they're cheap used right now. Says a lot to me. And I don't see anybody on the forums going, why am I seeing so many Alexa LFs for sale? There's something coming out. Is something wrong? What's going on? I don't know if they sound like a slow Mickey Mouse, but I see those posts once a month on the Komodo groups, and it always cracks me up. And got into it this week, same thing. And I always respond the same way. There are over 26,000 Komodos out there, OGs. Over, I don't know, it might be 30 plus now. I don't know. I haven't seen a serial number that high yet. So if 1% of the people are selling their Komodos, that's 250 that'll be on the market. And where are they going to sell it? On Facebook with everybody else. So yeah, you're going to see a whole bunch. And so quite honestly, my 2 cents, I see maybe 20 up to 10 to 20 Komodos for sale. It's about all I see for sale in any given couple of weeks. That's not even 1%. That's nothing. I see a heck of a lot of Sony FX3s. I see a heck of a lot of other cameras out there too. So, you know. These Friday night live streams could be called Cameraholics Anonymous, but we're not anonymous. Except for that Jed guy. He's anonymous. Patrick, 32-bit float helps protect your files from clipping the same way it did. Oh, did I miss that? Wait, hold on. Oh, I'm sorry. Sorry, Patrick, I missed it. Yeah, 16-bit audio, but what's the float thing? So basically, easy way to put it, 16 bits, you have 16 bits of vertical stack, which 16 bits equals how many levels? I forget. On each channel, 16-bit is, I forget. Wherever it is. 16-bit gives you X amount of levels in there. 24-bit gives you more. And when you get more over the top. 32-bit float, again, more. And what 32-bit float ends up doing, let's just say this is oversimplifying what 32-bit float does. So it's not exactly what it does, but it's kind of how it works. Let's say you have 0 to 100 on you can record 0 to 100 on there. If you record on 16-bit 101, if your level is hotter than 101, then it records it and it hard clips really badly the 101st. So anything that achieves that 101 on the dynamics, it's going to hard clip it. 24-bit gives you a lot more overage. In 32-bit, what it ends up doing, is your scale of 1 to 100, it's recording a value. So that value, when it hits 100, it resets it to 1 plus 1, and then it goes up again. If you hit it again, so you're at like 200 and something now, it goes 2 plus 1 plus whatever. So it just adds in more bits. So it continues to capture everything there, and it knows how to extract it back out by saying, oh, wait, this is another 100 block, this is another 100 block. That's oversimplified, but that's what it does. So basically, you won't clip your audio recording because it just resets it and records it. And it does it instantaneously because it's 32 bits. The problem comes in, another reason is not all distortion comes from your recorder. Sometimes it's your lav and your input going into it. Hey, buddy. There goes it. Sometimes it is, let's say you're out and you're shooting a war scene. So you've got guns going off left and right. Well, most microphones can't handle that kind of sound pressure level. So the microphone itself, the little capsule in there, is going to clip. 32-bit float doesn't save everything. It's just an extra level of protection. Okay, so Dan says, Patrick, 32-bit float. Yep, okay. Gregory says, here's a cool thing you can do if you're a channel. Yes, and you should. That's what the stars. No, I don't. But yes, if you are a channel member, you get that little cool badge. You always have that, which is right there. That's a badge. But you can show off your badge, and so every time you make a question or anything like that, your channel member status shows up. And Gregory has been a top tier member for 12 months now. And we appreciate you. We really do. And you can join our memberships just by clicking memberships below. They start at couple dollars, I think, is the lowest one. And they go up to $49.95. And you get different things with the tiers. I'm not as good as I should be with them, but honestly, anybody that wants anything from the top tier and is paying for it, just anytime ask, and I will always make myself available for those. You get access early to the videos when they're released as quickly as I can give them to you. And there are a bunch of bloopers coming. Elitist and lazy are the words. Could be. Sutton I thought you were a member, Sutton. Maybe you fell out. You were for a while. Oh, shit. I just said a wordy nerd. I should have done that. Did you just change your... Dadgum, sir. Let's see. Where am I at? Boom. I love the boom. So cool, right? Okay, let me catch up on these questions. Good evening, all. 1,000 people on live stream is a good problem to have. I would agree. It might be hell and chaos, and I might have my own timer built in, which is just like several glasses of wine, and then I'll be like, I don't know what you're doing, but you need us a 32, but you need 33-bit float. It's better than 32. It might happen. The margaritas were getting too, I don't know what it is. As I get older, the tequila makes me sleepy. It's kind of counterproductive for me, but the wine seems to work just fine. And it rhymes. Keeping that all in line. The Mutiny battery plate can do that. Okay, there we go. Thanks for the answer. Oh my God, I'm so behind. I'm so sorry. Yes, we can do that. Yep, okay. You can get the EXT and other pins for literally everything. Yep. Michael said, your green automatic message shows my native language weird. Ha! That's interesting. Forget the LF. Go V-RAPTOR. The VistaVision. Yeah, the VistaVision. Dan, did you get the chance to go see the HBO where they do the camera test, the HBO camera test? Because it was this past year in LA. And man, I tell you, the things that I've heard from that, people love VistaVision, especially for low light. Actually, there's people asking that in the ARRI forums. Good. I think it's funny. I agree. The LF is coming down in price, and that's awesome for me. Wish I could afford the Alexa 35. I hear you, but Alexa 35 is coming down in price. If you've noticed, there's no markups anymore. The markup days are over. But if you are looking for an Alexa 35, I believe a friend has a couple of slots left for his pre-orders. Matt Livingston, if you know who he is. If you're looking for Alexa 35, he can hook you up. Isn't the Alexa Mini only 2K? No, it's 2.8K, or no, it's more than that. It's 3.2 or 3.4. Alexa Mini is a wonderful camera. It's just nowadays, even though they're not delivering in 4K, they're asking for 4K. So you're just kind of there. Yeah, guys, don't do drugs. Yep, you're not missing out. Yep, okay. Drugs are bad, okay? It's just plain to be normal. Let's see. The Mini is UHD width. The LF is 4.6K. Seriously, what were they thinking with these cinema cameras? What they were thinking was, we have one good sensor. Let's turn it sideways and stitch it together. Let's put 3 of them together and make an Alexa 65. That's what they were thinking. Don't break what isn't broken. Just add to it. Baxter, anything over 5 decibels, 16-bit clips. I think you're right. It's a hard cut at 16. Well, any kind of digital clipping is hard. It is for sure bad. I forget that there's steps though, and I don't remember how many steps there are. It's way more than 256. It's a lot. I have to look. If you can do the math, 2 times 2 times 2 times 2 times 2 times 2, get you there. I can't see beyond 2K anyway. My vision, well, my long distance vision is fantastic. My close up, not so good. Not so good anymore. It's getting worse and worse. The older or the whiter this beard gets, worse it gets. But I can absolutely tell the difference between 2, 4, and 8K. Wow. I can definitely see the difference. Now, would I be able to tell the difference between 8K and 16? I don't know. Because I have to study 8K to see it. But you can see it. Not a sign of my intelligence, but it took me a few months to figure out how to become a member. I mean, honestly, Gregory, YouTube with their apps and their web, they're all like disconjointed. And it's like, why? Why can't you just figure it out? Does it work on Canon cameras? I believe it does. Somebody was just asking the question on one of my videos about the red electronic ND, and I believe it does because it'll pass power. I don't think you can control it with the Canon, but you can definitely do the side buttons. Alicia, hey Scott, late to the party. Hope your Friday's going well. It's going great. I have not done any impressions, but you know what? Let's bring Rex back in. He's trying to be covert, but we're smarter than Rex. He's like, dude, hi buddy, how you doing? Of course, I've got a 50 mil on him, and he sits right next to it. There's our Rex. Brandon says, man, I want a Raptor. I hear you. I hear you. He keeps moving. He's just being mean. My Raptor fund has officially begun. I mean, Ollie, once you go to DSMC3 cameras, you're like, why hasn't this been so easy in the past? The Alexa Mini is not so much Mini. It's true, especially when you rig it out. But compared to the original Alexa, yeah, or definitely Mini. Imagine we all get Raptors and then boom. Now, on a random live stream, yeah, I'll be like, you couldn't hint to me? I think V-RAPTOR is going to be around for a while. I do not think for a second that there won't be something else. Where it falls in the line, I don't know. But Red doesn't stop. I'm telling you. If you guys knew what I'm just trying to think of how to phrase it properly, because it's like I don't want to make it sound like I know more than I do, because I don't know a whole lot. I know a little, and the little things that I know tells me everything about Red as a company. People have no idea all the things that Red does, and it cracks me up. Especially the people that go, well, Red's done for, their patent's done. No, they're not. They're not done for. I think putting this monitor here is a mistake. I keep looking at it, and I need to be looking at that. I never had that problem when the camera was right in front of me, but I apologize if I'm not looking at you. What would be so cool? Those big chat channels use a slow. It's an option I can check. I don't need it. I actually enjoy all the comments. I don't need a slowdown. Now, if we had some like abusers, I'm sure at 1,000, I'm sure at like 200 you get abusers. I mean, we've had abusers in here, but yeah. I mean, I will go to 28K if I can. Yeah, well, it's not a question of what you can see. It's always a question of what they can see. Look at him. He's like, I'm trying to get away from the camera. What do you know, buddy? Get on the carpet, dude. Oh, you're being a dick. So this lamp, we have this little like thing going on. There's this lamp, which you can see here. It's 3 little tiny legs. And what he likes to do, and he does it on purpose, is he likes to lay right by it. And then he stretches and knocks it over every time. That poor lamp, I swear, it's fallen so many times. Malcolm is living the dream. Could be. Testing 1 was the worst thing I could have done. I mean, come on, Brandon. You don't think that's why he does it, do you? It's like, the first one's free. My Raptor fund started at 1,000 and it's now negative 60. Yeah, it's kind of one of the reasons why I haven't listed my Dragon is if I don't have all the funds for V-RAPTOR, when I sell my Dragon, the Dragon money is going to go someplace else because I suck at, I won't touch this money. I'll be like, bye. You look at your cakes in disgust now, don't you? You are horrible. Go sit in the corner. Couldn't you rig a prompter display? Yeah, so I was looking at one. I found an 18-inch on Amazon, and I honestly have been considering doing that. My only negative with that is I want to make sure that my prompter software that I use, because I use the iPad software, I don't want it to expand out to 18 inches because when I went to the iPad over the iPad mini, people were commenting and noticing that I was kind of like doing this number. And it's not that I was doing it on purpose. It's, well, before, literally the camera was right here on the older live streams. These newer live streams, camera's way back against that wall to give me that flatter, less oblong horse face, which you should always do when you're running longer lenses because it looks better. That's the IRIX 45 right there. Yeah, you can do that. Mark says, I'm with Gregory, holding pat with a K and a KX until DSMC4 rises. Okay, DSMC4 is a ways away. Like, how long did we get on DSMC1 before 2? I feel like the earliest we would see a 4 is probably 3+ years, my guess. I'm just guessing. I don't know. Those new ones that work with a tablet could have a feed through the red control. Ooh, man. I know. But see what you're doing, Gregory, is you're spending my Dragon money. There's always things that I could do to improve things here. And I'm trying. I'm working on it as fast as the budget allows. We are, dude, so my youngest daughter got married recently. And her husband, good dude, enjoys burning props. Nice guy. They come over almost every weekend, and we play games, watch movies. He's great because he never watches movies, and so I'm educating him on movies. I'm putting him through. We're building up to watch 2001 in an important level, and then Close Encounters of the Third Kind. I was like, where did I totally change off to? He gave me a table. He's like, hey, I've got this old table. I think you might want it. And so we put it in as the kitchen. It is gorgeous. It is horrible, but gorgeous. And by that I mean it is old barnwood. It's really old. And it's like a really nice, it's really surfacey, just like ugly as far as, a finished table looks, but it's gorgeous as far as we would have that. That's a perfect backdrop. And I mean, we installed it there. Wife liked it. And so we have it there. We're happy with it. But it's doing everything I can to keep me from pulling it and putting it out here, because it would make an incredible top-down desk. I mean, it's so good. It's so nice. But yeah, I'm shopping for dinette chairs on Craigslist and Facebook, and I'm shopping for appliances for the kitchen set. That is all I'm needing for the kitchen set. Is I need a old fridge that I can destroy for free, and oven. I need an oven that I can destroy for free. Oh, yeah, I can't tell you. The other thing that I'm working on is huge, is literally huge, and weighs literally a ton. I'm working on it though. It's cool. Next podcast, glass lenses and those wonderful props. I love it. I love it, Dan. I would totally do it. I would love to get to a point where I'm like talking cameras on Thursdays, lenses on Tuesday, and Fridays is just a free-for-all. I'd love that. We got to get there. Ollie, truth be told, I am so far from skilled enough to deserve an OG, let alone the KX. I have no business owning these. Maybe some. I don't agree with that at all, Brandon. It's. Let me put it to you this way, Brandon. If you can make one thing that no one has seen with a camera, you deserve that camera. If the camera helps you create it. So I know what I know. And I know you know what I know you know. And I know you've created something that no one has seen. So for you to say you're not skilled enough, I disagree. I disagree. You don't have to know everything about a camera for it to be the right tool for you. You have to know enough for you to use it to that level. Man, these long-winded questions or answers, the questions are short. My answers are, a better standing lamp could cost you an arm and a leg more. But boom, psh, yeah. I'm patient. My Komodo X is the Komodo X is quite frankly badass, isn't it, Mark? Come on. It is badass. I'm still waiting for Ollie to say something about it. Your unboxing bid was awesome. Let's say I'm holding out for an SMC4. I'm trying to save for a Raptor. Lying to myself that I look forward to a KV2. Yep. I hear you. Even a blind squirrel finds a nut once in a while. Yes. But if another squirrel finds that nut, and they're not blind. Yes, larger teleprompters are only useful if you use them further away. I cringe when people stick 18. I know. I worked on a project and the CEO required an 18-inch teleprompter. I'm like, dude, you are 7 feet from it. You are going to be, my name, and he was. Oh my God, how many questions I got here? Okay, how's your experience color grading the Canon R50 to your R5C? You have an R50? Isn't that the $500 one? I remember the self-contained live stream table. It was built in. Oh my God, dude. Oh, that was going to be so good, and it was. I never moved it. And honestly, here's how bad it was, Ollie. I used so many C-stand arms and baby pin or baby plates that I was literally having to rob from my contraption to go and set up a lighting rig. How long is it from one side to the other? Sounds like it's durable. Well, I would counter Baxter with how many sides does a circle have? 2, inside and outside. That's the best description. Now I can imagine people watching a tennis match. Yeah, literally. If you go back and watch where I was closer up, that's what was happening. And it sucks too. So I gave my wife a mini, and I bought the iPad. I have to leave it plugged in because it just drains so fast. It's so annoying. 3 days. I don't even have it on. In 3 days, it's dead. And I told her, I was like, I want the mini back. She's like, no, not going to happen. R50. Yep, okay. Color grading Dragon X versus R5C. I actually think Dragon X is easier to grade than an R5C. I had a friend send me some of his footage of the R5C that he was having some questions on, and I was grading it, and I was like, this is not easy. It's funky the way that their log curve is. It's kind of weird. There's no comparison, but R5C holds up really well. I can push the image quite a bit. Except those highlights. Scott, is that a C200 on a tripod in the back there? Nope. Where do you see a tripod? I know you're joking because I know you saw me on my... where did he go? He's like so dark now. I need to swap that out to the wide angle lens. We should do that. Rex deserves it. Stay. Swap that out. Since he wants to be right there, let me pull out my... I'll tell you, I really love these GDU lenses. They're spectacular. I think GDU could make a cinema lens out of these Canons. There's the 16. We're going to put that on there. He's going all white. And he's like, don't do that. I was having fun not being seen. What we got? We got a puppy? Yep, there we go. We got a puppy. And I'm going to do a very bad thing, and I'm going to perch this GDU lens. I still have to do the review on these, man. I feel so bad. These are such good lenses. They're so underrated. It's wild how good these lenses are. And I just love. And I have to admit, after buying the R7 and now I have an R8, you don't miss not having focus. Those things work like crazy. Let me send a message here real quick. Okay. Mark says, offer cocktails. Good evening, everyone. As always, thanks, Scott. Mark, call me. You know I don't call you back. Call me. 18 inches can be used, but you have to bring the margins in closer. Yep. Well, I did catch up to everything. Cool. Enjoy your cocktails. The plant on your left gave the tripod silhouette. No, I do not have a C200. I don't like the C200. I wanted to like it because the price point was pretty awesome when it first came out. But when I saw footage of it with the highlights, I was like, no, that is not it's not great. It's not horrible. Don't get me wrong. It's not great. Oh, you saw my wife stepping over. Oh, you see her legs too. Look at that. Rex is like, I'm going to move anyway. Really? Now you can see more, but you can just see a tripod. a tripod, a ladder. Man, I bought 2 drives Black Friday to expand out my Unraid. And I have been installing those drives in Unraid since then. And I'm on my last build on it, and it's going to take 4 more days to expand it out. Woo! But then I'll have storage. Yay! Did y'all buy any of those drives on Black Friday? My God, they were a heck of a deal. They were a heck of a deal. What did I do? I did not click on that thing. Whoop, nope, wrong thing. Studio, there we go. All right, let's see here. Slow-mo on C200 is meh. Everything about C200 was meh. And I even liked that they came out with like the C200B. I thought it was cool, but meh. Oops, jumped ahead. It's 2 a.m. and sleep mode may kick in any minute now. Well, you know the party's about to get started, Greg. If you're going to fall asleep, you'll have to catch up on it tomorrow. What is the capacity on your RAID? Which RAID? I have 5 RAIDs. My Unraid right now, let's go here, and click here, and then go over right there, and then refresh this. So 108 terabytes on Unraid. I have 100. Is that the last of it? Yeah. We got a new box though. We're smart. Fresh wine. What's up? You want to say hi? No? Okay. She doesn't want to say hi. You had a long day. So I have 108 on. That's 108 usable. On Unraid. There's 32 terabytes of parity in there too. I have 100 terabytes on my editing array. I have 190-ish terabytes on my my nearline storage. So I have an editing array that is connected. I have a nearline that I leave powered off that I move stuff to. So then I have this RAID up here. That one's only like 40 terabytes. There's another array that it's TrueNAS, and it's sitting there. It's got a bunch of data on it, but I don't really use it. It's just old data. It's data I've been playing with, but it's about 75 terabytes. All in all, of all the arrays that I have, it's like 550 terabytes, I think. I missed out on the deal by 5 minutes. Kill me. Dude, I don't know which one you were looking for, Swiss, but Amazon, they brought back the 16 terabyte drives, the external ones. They brought those back cheap. Let me see what they are right now. Yeah, they're not as cheap right now. So the 16s are $269, and I got them for $209. The 14s are $249, but I saw the 16 back at $209 like 3 days ago. So keep an eye out. Honestly, what I do, I add every drive that I'm interested in into my cart, and then I click save for later. And so when you go to your cart on Amazon, it'll show up at the bottom, and it will tell you every time you go to the cart, it'll say, this has changed in price. This is up, this has gone up, this has gone down, and every time you go, you'll know what's happening. That way you can keep an eye on it. I hear you though. I was panicking. I so wanted the 20 terabytes. I so wanted it. A little off topic, but after experimenting with the new iPhone 15 Pro Max, an Apple Log is crazy. I actually used it as a Bcam interview, and it's perfectly matched. It is not bad. It really is not bad. And recording to an external USB. So if you get the what's the brand Sabrent. If you get the Sabrent CF Express Type B reader, it's a small one. You can use it on iPhone with a CF Express Type B. Any other reader, many others have tested it. I was the only one that found one that I think so far that works. There's not enough power of the iPhone to power it, but it works. It's kind of amazing. What I don't like about iPhone 15, there's a lot of AI trickery going on, and I don't like that. Just as I'm probably going at least the VistaVision Raptor, going to see how far I can push my Keep On 645 to PL. 0.7, maybe even a GFX possibly, but maybe it won't fully cover. Yeah, I was Josh Stanton, one of the cool dudes out there who does camera stuff on the YouTubes. Did I say his name right? I'm so bad at names. Is it Stanton? Please tell me it's Stanton. Good dude, super helpful. He was on here last week. Josh. Satin. I blew it wrong. I put the T in front of the A. Satin. Anyways, Josh. He knows it. I'm like, hey, you, how are you? When I was there. He was just testing the R5C with the speed booster. And I told him I want to see it full frame, not Super 35, with some Mamiya lenses. And he's like, I need to borrow some. And I'm like, I have some. So maybe that'll happen. Maybe he get to borrow some and we'll get to find out what happens. Plus, maybe even as I remember when a camera was coming out, we were all trying to come up with names. Where do you go after V-RAPTOR? I actually put the Osmo 3 next to the R5C with the 16mm podcast wide shot. It was hard to tell the difference. Wide shot, deep depth of field. Yeah, it's hard to get depth of field with a 16mm anything. Well lit though. Yeah, noise. And also, man, the low light mode. That's like low light on the iPhone. Same thing on the drones. The tomfoolery, as they say, the AI trickery that's going on is really weird. And if you want to know what I mean, put it in low light mode, any DJI camera, point it at something with a bunch of light, and then turn the camera real fast. When you turn, the low light, the lights show up over here, and then it goes, whoops, nope, shouldn't be there. So it's faking, it's baking the lights in there. It honestly is probably working like our vision does. If you've ever, this is a fun test. This is why I think we might actually be in the Matrix. I don't know. Stare at a spot on the wall and do not deviate. Do not deviate. Just a simple spot. Don't look anywhere else. And what happens is you start to get tunnel vision. And what I think that is in our brains, it's probably completely analog in our brains, but I think it is we use everything that we see and we store it. And anything that doesn't change, we don't need to refresh it. So over time, it goes for a recall and it says, I need to see something new, and it doesn't see anything new, so it starts to tunnel in because there's no new information coming from the eyeball change. You could call it brain data compression. I don't know. Could never pull it off though. Clients expect larger caps. Oh, it's true. It's so true. There was somebody who had posted, they had this tiny little camera. and then they had it rigged out all around it, so it looked like it was a big camera. It was just a little camera. It's funny. So summary, yeah, that's a great thought. We'll look out for the 16 external. There you go. I'm using, yeah, so you could totally shut, so those 16 externals, they're the Hitachi Ultra Stars, is what they are, which are the helium-filled 7,200 RPM, really, really good enterprise class hard drives. They are fantastic, very fast. 240 megabytes a second on the outer, and then it'll go down to about 130 in the middle. But most drives are like 180 down to like 50. I am using a 2 terabyte Crucial SSD Velcro to the back of the phone, getting 8 hours of nonstop log. Not bad. Yeah, and you could use the, so the USB-C adapter, I don't have it, I use for my iPad. Are you moving again, turkey? Where's my camera slowly panning? Use the iPad, HDMI, USB, and then power delivery breakout box. Put that in, plug in your SSD to the USB, plug in the power delivery to it, and you can just run all day. The speed booster is great on Komodo. Autofocus seems to work fine. Don't plug in your speed booster to your Komodo X, Ollie. You will, the Canon speed booster rubs against the flocking on the inside of Komodo X. So be careful with that one. We all know we need a T-Rex. Yeah, but if you follow logic, the T-Rex was not the one everyone was scared about in Jurassic Park. I keep looking at this monitor. I'm going to turn that off. It was the Velociraptors. So somebody says, wow, I got that CFE reader for Africa and love it for its size. Oh, so no one work on your iPhone. Yep, it's just enough power. And I had the 2 terabyte Nextorage Safe Express in there. Worked like a champ. The Osmo battery is, life is wild. It does. It charges really fast. Little Baxter says, what's a well-shot 80s movie you'd recommend for me to watch? Maybe something I'll learn something? I'm going to recommend my movie. I just want to verify the date. Oh, can it be a late 70s movie? A well-shot 80s movie you'd recommend. Honestly, Die Hard is a really good, and it's a Christmas movie, so it works out really well right now. Die Hard is actually shot really well. And if you listen to the podcast, it was, what's his name up in New England? Can't remember his name. He had the DP on, and they were shooting, they were doing crazy stuff to get it to work. They were shooting at like 1:2. It was insane. I like Die Hard. Jurassic Park is in there. Honestly, one of the best well-shot movies. It is absolutely my favorite. Is Close Encounters of the Third Kind. Watch that movie. Don't. If you've not seen it, don't get stuck in this kind of slow and not the way a movie today would be shot. It's all practical effects. It's so good. And then go find all the BTS from it. Dude, Close Encounters rocks. Tyler says, hey, Scott, have you gotten a hold of the 24? No, I haven't. Wondering how it does on a Red versus Canon in the in-body process. I saw somebody got one at Film Tools. Or maybe they didn't. Maybe it was there on demo. I don't know. I saw a picture, and they said they were at Film Tools. So, I don't know. I'm waiting. I'm honestly waiting. Television refresh, you say. Have you seen the celebrity face illusion? I have. I'm mad that nobody mentioned it until already after I put the speed booster on. I'm sorry, Pat. I I I want to put a speed booster on Komodo X. I want to play with that, but there isn't one that really works well with Komodo X right now. Yeah, just don't put it back on there. If you look, you're going to see some rubbing on the flocking. It's not the end of the world. It's flocking. So all it does is it reduces refraction in there of reflection. So yeah, Scarface. I don't know that I would consider Scarface a cinematic masterpiece. I would. Close Encounters was 1977, so it's hard. I'm gonna type in best 80s movie. I want to see what comes up, and it says popular 80. I don't. Okay, here we go. The 100 greatest movies. Rolling Stone. They're only going to give me like 2 or 3 at a time. You watch. Okay, E.T. was pretty good. E.T. Anything Spielberg in the 80s, go watch that. Film in Panavision Anamorphic by John Alonzo. Love the 70s. Yeah, but have you seen Kickboxer? I have not seen Kickboxer. Yeah, E.T. Thank you. Yeah. You're right. I gotta catch up on these comments here. Jen says, what were you saying about rubbing with the speed booster of the Komodo X? So, on the Komodo X, it's because of the locking ring. So you see, it's hard to see. So you see the sensor, then there's black all around it. That black is flocking. And so that flocking is, it's a sprayed on texture that is, it's black and it's kind of fibrous. And they do it because light hits it and the fibers absorb it all. And so it keeps internal reflections at a low. If you put the speed booster on there, it's got a larger, it's got a large sensor side element, and it protrudes in so far that when you push it in, it locks, but it will rub your flocking off. So just be careful. The Viltrox Pro works great. Okay, that's interesting. Does it work with electronic though? Because I thought I read that it did not. Pro speed booster. I literally make notes for everything I'm going to do research on afterwards. Still going through the movies here. Hold on. Oh God, these are so bad. Give me a freaking list of names. Don't give me 12 pages. So bad. GTA 4 is a cinematic masterpiece. The Abyss was pretty good. Not a masterpiece. No, it's pretty good. It's pretty good. There's also a lot of practical in there. Raiders of the Lost Ark. Yes. Very, very good. All-time favorites. Yeah. Just watched it. Yeah, Raiders is one of those series that I rewatch every few years. I've seen all the Godfather type movies and Die Hard 100 times. Got it? I have the Die Hard box set. Well, it's a Christmas movie. You got to watch it. Okay, let's see here. Raiders, yep. Platoon, not bad. I don't think it's that great. Blade Runner's hard. It looks good, but I wouldn't consider it a masterpiece. Other people will disagree with me. Empire Strikes Back, not bad. Not what I would consider a masterpiece. Full Metal Jacket. Full Metal Jacket is actually really, really good, and it's Kubrick, so you know. Airplane, no. Airplane is such a great movie. Terminator was not bad. But a little cheesy at first. Hard to get. Just cruising through these real quick so I can get Back to the Future. Not bad. Excellent way to tell a story. No, 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 no. No, no, no. Yeah, these are getting worse and worse. No. Driving Miss Daisy, not bad. A good classically shot film. Not a lot of movement, uh, but really well shot. No, 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 no. Fatal Attraction is not bad. Oh, I did not click that. Dadgummit. Stand By Me, not bad. That's it. That was the 100. So those are my picks out of the top 100 from IMDb. Pat Leal, someone said, now that I put the speed on voids the warranty. Is this true? No, it does not void your warranty, but it voids your warranty for your flocking. So if you get flares in there, that's going to be an out of warranty fix because they have to go in and replace the flocking. If you get flocking on your sensor, don't worry, it's not your sensor, it's your OLPF. Just get an OLPF cleaner and clean it. You'll be fine. Mine too, top 50 easy. Well, I'm behind. I'm gonna catch up. Yes, it does. Used my Sigma 28 on it the other day. Interesting. The Navigator, interesting. The Abyss is well done. The Abyss is wild. If you, what's his name? The captain of the vessel. He said that movie scared the ever living hell out of him, and he almost died apparently on it. Is wild. The Shining was 1980. Yes, The Shining is good. I wouldn't. I have a hard time calling it a masterpiece. It's good, but it's a little. Okay, so it's a little slow for me, which I like slow movies that I can study. There's some good stuff in it for sure. Kubrick is he's no spring chicken when it comes to shooting stuff. He was excellent at it, and he was really good at if you want to have some fun. So the hotel that they shot it in is actually a hotel in Yosemite. And there's a couple that went out there. I can't remember their name, but if you look up staying at the hotel for The Shining or something like that on YouTube, it's this couple and they go through the hotel and they piece together every scene that was shot in that hotel. But what's interesting is it wasn't necessarily shot in that hotel. They used the hotel, but they rearranged it and changed a bunch on sets. It's wild. Karate Kid is a masterpiece. Karate Kid, it's not a masterpiece of visual storytelling. It is a masterpiece of storytelling. It is a simple story told grandly. Kind of like Top Gun. Top Gun is a What year was Top Gun? '86. That should be on there. Top Gun was not masterfully shot, but it was masterfully edited. Masterfully? I'm going with it. Because they had to use stock footage from the military. They couldn't, they had so little access. So if you look, they're flying over the ocean, all of a sudden they're over the land, over the ocean, over the land, you're not supposed to look at that. But it's a simple story told. And that's why I always say the 80s movies are some of the best. Now, your specific question was shot masterfully. But if you want storytelling, there are so many great storytelling movies back there that, like, find any of the boy meets girl, boy wants girl, boy can't get girl movies. Those movies are fantastic. Molly Ringwald movies, all of those, all of the, she's having a baby. That was a great storytelling. Ferris Bueller's Day Off, great storytelling. 16 Candles, great storytelling. License to Drive, great. How about what was the vampires? The vampires in Southern California. All of those movies, excellent storytelling because they're telling a simple story and that's it. So you have to make it good, and they do. Okay, right on. Listening crap. Sorry for the. Well, I mean, I hear you. Sometimes information doesn't come as fast as we need. Not 80s, but Shutter Island was pretty good. It was pretty good. And it was one of those, whoa movies. Definitely. Definitely good with cinematography, yes. Also good with acting. He almost died a few times. Yeah, he hates that movie, that guy. Shawshank Redemption. Shawshank is good, but that was 90s, was it not? Shawshank is one of those movies I like to rewatch. Again, simple story. And you have to... There we go. I have this thing called, we call them the bulk of hiccups. You get one. That's all you get. It's just one big hiccup, and I had to wait for it. Shawshank is a simple story, and then they tell it in such a way, it's so compelling that you're drawn in. It's really good. I would have loved to see what Kubrick would have shot today. So, Jen, if you go back, Ollie, do you remember? Because I was asking the question, it was about a year ago, of what camera would Kubrick shoot on today? And I think it was when we were on with Pap, Charles Pappert, the second one. And we were on that 8-hour long, or maybe it was before, man, I don't remember if it was on with Pap or not. It was one of those 6 or 8 hour ones. We were in the middle of the night, and Jared was on, and we were talking about it, and I asked that question. And so he reached out to Kubrick's right-hand man, who, excellent presenter. I got to meet him at Masters of Motion. Really good dude. And so Jared texted him, and he said, oh, absolutely, Kubrick would have shot on red today, as well as everything else, because he loved to experiment. Sadly, it was like 2 weeks later, he died. That was like, whoa. Kubrick is a masterpiece. He is a masterpiece. He's a masterpiece in that everything he touches, he wants to do something different. And I love that. Absolutely. The hotel is in a small town in Colorado. It's not. It's in Yosemite. There's parts of it from Yosemite. There's parts of it from some lodge in, I think, Glacier. And then something else. I think what you're talking about is the drive-up scene, and I think that was in Colorado. Watch that couple. Let me find it. Staying in the Shining Hotel. Let me find it. I think it's this one. They're an odd couple. Yep, that's them. So it's called The Shining. We spent the night at the Real Overlook Hotel 4K, and it's by Grim Life Collective. Really fun video. We watched that. Cynthia and I both watched that. It was fun. Jet Li and Jackie Chan was good action cinema. Getting past the Scott Balcom's lip syncing. I can't fix it. Actually, I mean, suspense, isn't that like what it was in the 80s? I was too young to see them. Suspense was tough back then. I don't. I think if you want to look at masterpiece suspense movies, look at anything. Come on, come on, give me my stuff back here. Anything by what's his name? Losing his name. James Wan. So The Nun, the Conjuring series, anything in that James Wan area, he is the suspense god, in my opinion. Because he doesn't have to show you everything, but he can build it up and not necessarily scare the pants off of you, but he gets the suspense flowing. No Country for Old Men, gripping story, not 80s, but worth a view. It is a great story. It's slow, but it has the twists and turns. Yes, Lost Boys. Thank you, Tyler. Yes, that was the vampire one. I love that movie. Simple story. And how do you tell a fantasy simple story? You do it like you do in the 80s. It's fantastic. Now, the half-naked saxophone player playing on a rock band stage on Greased Up and on the beach, not necessarily California, but, I watched Beverly Hills 90210. I know how it was back then. Do I know how much? I don't know how much it costs, Pat, but if you submit a support ticket to Red and say, I used the speed booster and my flocking is done, how much does it cost to replace that? But honestly, Pat, if you're not bothered by it, leave it alone. If you're not seeing extra flares, and it's going to be rare that you would ever see them. They're literally insurance policy. It's covering their bases. If you hit some lens at some angle with a hard light and it happens to hit this one spot, it could reflect back on the sensor. That's what they're doing and protecting against. So honestly, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Drive is good. 80s inspired. I like Drive. Drive, great soundtrack too. We rewatched that one just the other day because I met the cinematographer at Masters of Motion. Awesome guy, really super. Tons of information. I wrote down tons of stuff on him. It was a lot of fun. So the interesting thing about Drive, and this is, I don't know if he's made this public or if I'm doing it now and I shouldn't be. So there's so many scenes where you see the main actor, I forget his name because I'm sucky at names, he's driving around in the car with his jacket on. So many of those scenes were actually the test shoot the week before start production. And so they wanted to find out if they could get away with putting a camera in the car and getting all these angles. And so they got the main actor, what's his name? I'm sorry, awesome actor, really. I wish I didn't remember his name. He put on the jacket, and he said he stayed in character the entire day. They did a full day, literally just driving around LA. That's all they were doing. They were testing out different shots. Those shots are in the movie because when they went to shoot, they had to close down the streets. They had to bring cops in. They had to do everything. They could never replicate the natural beauty that they could get just by being raw. And so what they said was they got away with it. They didn't have permits, nothing. They're just driving around. So Drive, fantastic. So see the Main Street stuff, Halloween, Night of the Living Dead, like stuff like that. Yeah, I got you. No Country, yep, awesome. Roger Deakins is here. Roger Deakins, he's a good guy. He's really a good, genius, creative guy. Clint Eastwood did some movies in the 80s. He did, and there's some good ones in there, too. Indeed. Arturo Laura. Oh, hey, how are you? Good to see you. Hi. I edit. My neighbors are ghost enthusiasts. They stayed at the hotel in Colorado and couldn't last the night. So I have several friends who are ghost enthusiasts. I have friends on TFIL, the F It list on YouTube. They have like 4 million subscribers. The main guys I'm friends with, they're awesome, as well as a Matt Rife, who's an excellent comedian, also an awesome dude. I also have friends in Houston who do haunted ghost tours, and another friend who does investigative paranormal stuff. And I have wanted to do one so much, and I've never gotten time to do it. I would love to do those. Those are hilariously fun. Hitchcock is a master of suspense. Hitchcock was a master of PG. Never let it get too far. Poltergeist, yes. Why was that not on that list? I agree. That was a great movie. Yes. You think we're going to see a 5-inch? Yes. Look towards the first of the year, not January 1st. Look for first of the year. So here's the info that we got last week when Jared happened to be on here and happened to be accidentally spilling a few things. Is we should air quotes, see an EVF before Christmas. And if the moons align, he might come on for a Friday live stream. So tune in every Friday. I don't know when. He'll let me know. And maybe he'll spill some more beans. So the EVF is coming first and the EVF adapter. Then the 5-inch will be shortly afterwards. Not shortly, but shortly. Copy that, thanks. Yep. Pat Leo, it may affect your resale value. That's all. Yeah, that's the only thing. And it's all you have to do is just say, I have never experienced flare. If you haven't, don't lie. I mean, always tell the truth. But yeah, it's a rarity. It's kind of like remember when VistaVision V-RAPTOR came out and people were saying, "Oh, I see the line. I see the split line." And do you know how hard it is to actually get an unmodified V-RAPTOR to show that line? It takes an incredible light, hard shot from a certain angle to hit it on a certain type of lens with a certain type of matte box, and you can replicate it. They put flocking in it and they fix that. Oh, wait. Hold on. I seem to be skipping over. I'm sorry. Mike, hello. Hey. Nicholas Winding Riffin. Ryan Gosling. Yes. Ryan Gosling. Excellent actor. Excellent actor. I put him up there with oh God. Y'all literally just are on here so you can watch me, Denzel Washington. All I had to do was start typing in Washington. Denzel Washington, also fantastic actor, just really good. And I hear Washington is a method actor. You do not approach him out of character. Interesting. I also like Timothy Olyphant. I think he's a fantastic actor. I love that he's kind of typecast, and I don't care. I love Justified. It's one of my favorites. Copy that. I don't plan on reselling it. It's my first read. Just wanted to get more info on it. Appreciate the response. Yeah, I wouldn't worry about it if it's not bothering you. You got money to spend on other things before you fix that, unless that is affecting you. I have lots of stories. I love the stories. I love getting people on here and telling those stories. We've had a few on here. I can't wait to expand. Whenever I get this audio sync, however I have to do it to get it fixed, we're going to have more people on. But to me, it's embarrassing and it's discourteous for this level of live stream out of sync to be for someone professional and quality. Yeah. I'm in the writing process of a ghost. Funny. Interesting. Wow. Whole can of beans, please. You skipped my chat. I'm sorry, Johnny. How could you? P.S. What did you film with Matt Rife? Love the TFIL guys. I filmed Matt Rife's comedy special. He did finally get his Netflix. Well, we were trying to get this one on Netflix, and they didn't like a couple of things on it. And I understand. I honestly, we shot four nights of that. And even the last night, I'm still laughing so much I had to let go of the camera. Because it was, we shot the Matthew Stephen Rife full special on YouTube 8 months ago. I actually had 6 cameras, five cameras there, but I was the operator on the right. It was a lot of fun. Matt, he is truly a good person. He is one of the funniest guys and real. But now let me find your question there, Johnny. Johnny says, hello, Mr. Balcom. Can you do a magic trick for me since it's 1 a.m. here and I'm loopy? I don't know that I can, but I'll try. So, we have this magical pen holder. It's just an ordinary pen holder. Would y'all all like to inspect this? It's a magical pen. It actually holds a fountain pen. If I close it thusly, and I place it in my hand, like that, oh, I put it on a camera. That's just mean. Place it like this. Now, if I go up to it, oh, sorry, get it. I can completely let go of it, and then it's all good. There you go. There's your magic trick. Are you loopy? Is that good? Sorry. Josh Yo did a really good video on the AI low light, and it surmised it's a shutter speed. I agree and also disagree. Josh Yo is fantastic. I can't say enough good things about him. He's also a very nice guy. There's more to it than just, yes, it is shooting slow shutter and regular speed. There's more to it. Gary Oldman, yes. Gary Oldman is the bulk of makeup. He is such a wide variety actor. Fantastic guy. Hey, Art. Good to see you, buddy. How you doing? I like the deeper, richer look. Hopefully the 5-inch TCT monitor will work better than the 7. What don't you like about the 7? The mount? I am quite certain whatever the 5-inch comes with will have a better mount. As far as the monitor I'm not aware of anything that I would call a problem on the monitor. Unless you know something I don't know. Tell me about it. What kind of wine you got there? It's a Cabernet Sauvignon. Johnny says, I love it. Thank you. Scott's greatest trick is convincing a group of filmmakers to endure hours of out-of-discipline. I know, it's so bad. And I want to fix it so bad, and I can't. I like to say literally because that's what everyone says. If you're like a social media person, you got to say literally a lot. But I did. After the live stream, I investigated several high-speed data solutions to see if it was possible to get out here. Wireless, none. And I did put the Starlink ticket in, and oh my God, I don't know how many updates there are to the Starlink ticket. It's like 17 or 18 deep. And it's usually me saying, yes, thank you. Did you actually read my first paragraph where I stated the problems and everything that you need to know so that you would not ask the next question? Mike says, as we spoke before about the DSMC 5-inch, do you know if they changed the mounting? I am almost, well, I don't know. I don't know as far as the Revolva. When I saw it, I did not think about Revolva when I did it. What I can say is everything looked, I didn't see it, actually. If I were to have seen it, Jared tried to get me in trouble last week. Everything looks smaller, but I did not notice. I would not have, if I had actually seen anything, I would not have noticed any overhang. So I don't have an answer for that. Drive, a shout out to my friend, the director, Nicholas Winding Ruffin. I can't say that name. Ruffin. It was the DP, I bet. I could barely pronounce his name. I'm still trying to teach my dad using a smartphone. Here you are making live videos. It's all fun. I'm not doing live videos very well, so if it makes your dad feel any better, I mean, I'm out of sync broadcasting to 30 plus people. And doing it with a smile on my face and trying to portray that I am actually a serious filmmaker. Boy, do people want that 5-inch, including me. I do not, but I understand a lot of you youngins like them 5-inch little monitors. I'm telling you what, Ollie, one day, buddy, it's going to happen to you. You're going to be like, yeah, when that happens, it's going to be 7-inch happiness. Although the Apple Watch Ultra, I can read this. I'm telling you, 4 millimeters made the difference. King says, could it be that your voice travels faster than your mouth? I can tell you that my brain travels about 7.643 times faster than my mouth does. I can't say I've done the math on that. It's a guess. Do you have a thought process on how to choose lenses for multicam interviews, events, specials? Yeah, Baxter, what I would do mostly, if you're doing multicams, you really want lenses that are going to match in color and also feel. Because if you put like a high character lens on your wide, and then your telephoto is a super? All right, no more wine for me. A super sharp clinical lens, it's not going to match, and you'll be able to, your brain will do a slight twitch as you switch between shots. So color matching is number one. A good colorist will fix that, but you don't need to spend money on a lot of hours for a colorist when you just need a basic coloring. Wow. He's like, screw you, buddy. I'm going toward the door. And he doesn't realize. Oh, he outsmarted me. Look at him. You can't see him. He's all smug. He knows that my HDMI cable is at its max. Oh my God. I need to stop doing that. Yeah, I've lost that HDMI cable. All right. Enough of that. Canon, full-size HDMIs, please. There's no reason for this now. No reason. Turn that one off. I've broken another HDMI micro. Man, this is irritating. And Rex knew it, too. He did it on purpose. But yeah, so find like 2 Sigmas or, honestly, multicam interviews, events, there is no replacement, in my opinion. Stay. Don't get up. I'm walking over you, and you will hurt me if you stand up because you're tall. And I have parts there that are important. Did I say the loud part quiet and the quiet part loud? I feel like I did. To me, interviews, these right here. The Sigma 50-100 and the 18-35. These are staple lenses in my opinion. They are clinically sharp. They have absolutely no character whatsoever. If you want character, put a filter on, like this one. That doesn't exist yet. Put a filter on and get character. But these two color match fantastically. You can get the stills versions, which are identical in lens and optics and coatings to the Cine versions. They're only Super 35, Or 18-35 is full frame at 24. Those are match lenses, fine match lenses. So get a wide and a medium, or a medium and a telephoto that are the same company so that they're going to match. And then choose the character that you feel. I don't need to see focus. I feel it. 5 inch. No, you don't. No, you don't. That's the same thing that the Oppenheimer first AC said when he missed those focus of the Oppenheimer shots. I just hope to order 3 brackets for the 7-inch that doesn't conflict with the revolver. Yeah, I hear you. I don't have an answer for it. I don't have an answer for it. If you are into badly dubbed East Asian cinema, this is it that bad right now? Oh man, I never watch these back. Because I live them, and so I have them recorded in my brain. I never watch them back. I honestly, the reason I do StreamYard is 2 things. Number one, I can go to Facebook and to Twitter that I think I get over 1 view on Twitter. Facebook, I tend to get quite a few people that come through periodically. But I do it because I can invite a guest on. I can't invite a guest on otherwise. If I don't have enough bandwidth to invite or to stream myself, it's hard for me to have a guest on without, yeah. Okay, HDMI, SDI. I would hope for a new standard that is smaller, less prone to break, and more 2024. You're not going to get one argument out of me out of that. Nope, not one bit. I think SDI, I do not think they should go to 24G SDI, which they went ahead and created the standard for using the same concepts. I don't think they should. I think they should come up with something better. HDMI, we're just talking digital. We're literally talking digital. So if we're talking digital, give me a freaking Ethernet cable. Seriously. I know how much data we can put through on Ethernet. Let's just do that. At least they're cheap and readily available. Art says our 7-inch monitor has been in 3 times with non-responsive touchscreen delays. I mean, that's interesting, Art. I've not heard of that. I mean, mine, I don't know I didn't get mine until July, I think. So I don't know if mine is newer or what. I have had one weird unresponsive. I do get a little bit, but it's usually when I'm scrolling and then I try to stop and it's like still scrolling. That I get. Other than that, I've not had any issues with the monitor. The bracket, it didn't last 2 weeks. Two weeks. Total Recall. Not a great movie, but a great story. The bracket's horrible. I don't get why Canon are obsessed with I don't know. Obviously, because it puts less real estate in there. But I literally, God, I'm so tired of the term literally. And we were signaling just fine until I did that last turn. Well, you can't see it now, but this sucker was bent sideways. And I'm going to use the term again. I literally got this yesterday. Good thing I bought a 5-pack. There's so many over here. Oh my God, I'm about to order more. But just guessing, the monitor's potential is robust. Cine 5 on the Komodo is better. Interesting. I've seen some reviews mention color differences for sets of lenses. Yeah, there can be. Not all lenses are designed the same. What I do like about Sigma is that there's stills glass and there's cinema glass. Other than their classic cinema have the same coatings, which means their art glass, their art primes are the same for the cinema versus photo. The 18-35 and the 50-100, same, both. The only difference is the 18-35 for the full frame, they just cut it off at 24 and made it a 24-35. Same coatings, same color. Fantastic lenses for that. Video Village Scatter Rocks. I call it creep. Village creep. Have you had any exposure with free flight? I have not. Well, I played with it briefly, very briefly at NAB. I have been wanting to ask them for a demo unit. It certainly looks better than the Wave. Way better. But where I think, I feel like I'm talking like I'm from England. Well, certain parts. I think the shortcoming right now is that they haven't embraced the crop and frame rate firmware. So they have their high speed full frame, and then they have one crop in at a higher speed. But it can crop in further and get higher speeds, and they have not released that firmware that I'm aware of yet. I think when they do, people will embrace that, because it's the camera's DR for a relatively inexpensive Phantom-like camera is pretty good. The Wave, not. Also, there's some weird quirks with the FreeFly, like you can't do a lot of it in camera. So you can't trim in camera. You literally have to, whatever you record, you got to watch. It sucks for that. And you got to offload it. But I do want to reach out to them at some point and get a loaner unit just to play. I think A, it will be a really good review camera. I think it will do well. And B, I'm fascinated with it. I like high-speed stuff. I would just really like to see that firmware get a little bit more mature. Ethernet for the win. Cybertruck went that way, and it has 10 cameras. I know. It's so hard to believe. What's your favorite Christmas season? Christmas, not day. Pastries. Christmas seasoning. I see what you're saying. Cinnamon always gets me at Christmas time. And maybe it's the over-cinnamoned fake brooms that everybody puts out. But that scent and that flavor definitely drive me towards Christmas. Apple pie. Anything with apple pie is going to be a flavor profile, a seasoning that I like. But also fresh herbs. Any kind of basil is always nice, but like I'm talking like thyme, rosemary. Those at Christmas time work really well, especially with, God, I hope to be able to shoot it. We are doing a prime rib for Christmas, and I hope to shoot it because that's always been the plan. And they're too expensive to shoot multiples. So hopefully we'll have a prime rib raw cuts. There is an autofocus Rokinon lens set that seems nice. What was it that they announced today? I got some email about Rokinon. E-mount autofocus lenses. Okay, so they're Rokinons. The 7 inch is only 1300 nits bright. Yes, it is, but the hold on, let me undo this. Man, there's still so much smoke in here. That's wild. You can see it like billowing around. The lens hood from Red is actually spectacular. It's lightweight, super easy to install, and then you no longer care about the 1300 nits, honestly. Ethernet all the way. It should be so simple. One starts and what rest will go. I hear you. I hear you. Jared, Ethernet, no brainer. I have thoughts on why they're not Ethernet, but we'll see. Did you pick up any new gear Black Friday deals? Only storage. Well, no, I mean, I guess technically I got. Wow, maybe I didn't get this. I got the Mavic 3 Pro. I got that, and then a bunch of hard drives. That's really all I got. I assumed it was 1800 like the Cine. So yeah, it's. I think Small HD was trying to make sure that it didn't match something else, that it was slightly different. I don't know why. Okay, I mentioned this before. Couldn't it be interesting if the DSM-3 houses could be output autofocus through USB-C to different focus? I hear you, and I don't see a reason it couldn't, with the exception of, I know that would take some firmware, some massive firmware storage, and you know when they design these cameras, I have 3 Reds sitting here. When they design like Komodo X, they put in the firmware amount that they think, plus a little extra, that they will need for the roadmap that they've designed for it. If you deviate, if you tell everybody we're going to give you 5 things, if you deviate and you say, okay, I want to output autofocus data through USB-C, it might take up this, and you might lose 4 and 5. So I hear you. It would be cool. I don't know if it's going to happen. I don't know if it's in the roadmap. I honestly don't know. But it's not something I've heard before. So I don't know if they thought of it or not, or they planned for it or not. Tyler says, I picked up 3 of the new T9 4 terabyte. Yeah, the T9s are cool, except for Macs. If you're a Mac user, they're not that cool because they're 3.2 Gen 2, which Apple doesn't support. Zoom F2, I haven't tried that one yet. And the Amaron T2C tried to be conservative this year. I hear you. I was on a budget. I was on a cheap budget, and I literally begged and pleaded to get what I got. And this is obviously some easy payments, but the hard drives I begged. Zoom F3. F3 was a weird one. So like I mentioned it last week, I think, or the week before. I had the Zoom F3 when I was on my nature trip, and I returned it because the noise that was in there. And come to find out, the noise that I was hearing is actually in the headphones, not the recorder. The recorder was perfect. So Zoom F3, pretty good. What's bad on the Zoom F3? Almost no control. You have almost no control of what it's recording, how it's recording it, or anything. It's kind of meh. I didn't like that. Ollie, this was one of the worst Black Fridays. I will agree, Ollie, that it was the most non-sale Black Friday. Everything was already on sale. They just mark it down and call it Black Friday. Yeah. That was yeah, Zoom F3 is a great little handheld kit. It was cool. The way I had it rigged out was really cool because I had these little Lauten Audio XY pattern little tiny pencil microphones. I wanted to get like stereo field recording, and I had it so when I would go out and film nature, I'd stick it way out there and let it record while I'm filming the nature. And it was that noise in the headphones that I kept hearing. I couldn't handle it. Ultimately, if they fix that, it'd probably be great. What do you think is going to come next in 2024 from Canon's Cinema Line? You're going to see better 8K handling. You're going to see better 8K autofocus. you're going to see from Canon. I hope and pray and everything that's in me that they go to full-size HDMI. FX6, I think the FX is probably going to land at 6K, not 8K. I'm guessing 6K for a lot of reasons, but that's where I'm thinking, and it's going to be somewhat comparable to FX3 today. I am getting tired. Did I get the RC Pro? No. I want it for a lot of reasons, but there was a special on it that they had briefly, and they no longer have it. And I'm waiting for it to show back up. Because the RC Pro allows you a lot more controls. The problem I have with the regular RC remote for this, it's fine for the screen, but I can't control like the IRIS and the ISO without the touchscreen. On the Pro, you get multiple wheels and buttons that you can change. So this one, I mean, the drone is fantastic, and I am so close to scheduling. I'm scared to death to schedule. You know, I'll schedule my part 107 and I'll fret about it for weeks. I'll take it, and I'm like, I failed. I know I failed. And then I'll probably pass. But the fear is real, and I'm not ready yet. Okay, it's been 3 hours and 16 minutes and 28 seconds, and I'm hungry. And I'm out of sync. And you know how hungry I get when I'm out of sync. If that wasn't the chair gods screaming to me. So let's go ahead and end this one. I appreciate each and every one of you for joining. There was a bunch of y'all last week. I do appreciate it. Art, appreciate your contribution to Scott's enjoyments of life. You're going to see one of your contributions in many lens tests for the next several weeks. Because I was like, this is too perfect. I'll just use this. But thank you, Art. I appreciate you. When you need part 107 help, I feel like I'm okay. My thing, honestly, is that I just need to pick a date, say, not get distracted, and then just go. I'm pretty close. I'm constantly getting passing scores on the practice tests, constantly, but I'm still fearful of it. I want to be great at it. I want to pass. I want them to go, man, it'd be a dadgum shame if we didn't give this guy a license. That's what I want. That's what I want. The only thing I'm bumping up against right now, still the airspace, and totally blanked to the other one. Airspace ones. I did watch a video last night that I think got me squared on the Squarespace. Squarespace, our new sponsor. No, airspace. What was the other one? The other one was can't remember it. But yeah, I'll get there. Have a great weekend. Thanks, Kevin. Thank you for hanging out. Thank you for your devotion, and appreciate you so much. Appreciate you, Mike. I edit. Have a great weekend. Everyone have a fantastic weekend. Ollie, thank you so much, buddy. Everyone else, thank you for the contributions to the Scott's Fund. We will be doing this again next Friday. Passing is a 70, so you're fine. 100 questions pulled from 600. Yeah, I want to see all 600 multiple times, and I don't know that I have. I'm scared to death of that, and it's always fear with me. I'll probably come out making like a 96. You watch, but that doesn't mean I'm not afraid to go in. And it's a $179 mistake if you don't. Have a great weekend, everyone. Everyone have a great weekend. Hey, become a channel member. Be like the cool kids like these. They would be right here. If I were like on a normal video, they'd be like right here. They would just like poof, pop up. Become a channel member. It's cheap. It's fun. And you're a cool kid. All right. Everyone have a great weekend. As always, as I like to leave it, don't let your passions center around your life. Let your life center around your passions. You ready to go, buddy? Rex, you ready to go? Rex, you awake? Are you stuffed? You ready to go? You ready? All right.